This is.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Have you subscribed? Yes, you. Have you subscribed? You. Yeah, before you go, click. It's free. Click. Just that's it. Have you subscribed? You are laughing. Have you subscribed? Have you subscribed? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, madam. Thank you so much. I can see you. I can see you. We have to get to 100,000 subscribers. By the end of the year, how are we going to do that if you don't subscribe? Yes, you. Yes, you're about to click off. Why? Have you subscribed? It's free. If you don't, ask your son, ask your daughter how to. Just one click. Thank you. Thank you. I see you. Aha. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Have you subscribed? Yes, you. Have you subscribed? You. Yeah, before you go, click. It's free. Click. Just that's it. Have you subscribed? You are laughing. Have you subscribed? Have you subscribed? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, madam. Thank you so much. I can see you. I can see you. We have to get to 100,000 subscribers. By the end of the year, how are we going to do that if you don't subscribe? Yes, you. Yes, you're about to click off. Why? Have you subscribed? It's free. If you don't, ask your son, ask your daughter how to. Just one click. Thank you. Thank you. I see you. Aha. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow.
And this interior, don't feel like you are making a mistake. And I've actually had this is exhausting. Our people, my God, this is exhausting.
Don't.
I think I'm going to leave this place because people are exhausting. And I've had this conversation with CM. And he pretended as if he doesn't know the context you were talking from. This is scary. This is just scary. Our people,
because
you are so dishonest.
You see videos,
you know what?
What do you sorry, forefather.
You should come and take over. You are too dishonest.
No, let me see.
I'm tired of you people. It's unbelievable. Show can come and take over. Show you can come and take over, please.
Forefather.
People are just full of dishonesty.
Please.
They will never tell you the truth. I don't know whether is it.
What are you accusing me? You've seen
whether it's deliberate or not.
Calm down, please.
Something is wrong. Something is broken in our people.
Father.
Something is broken.
Calm down.
We've had long conversation. That's made this.
They asked a question.
A topic
I gave you instances.
A long one.
I gave you instances. What is see,
unbelievable.
See, listen, forefather. Let me tell you. Let me.
And this interior.
Don't forget that state is now oil producing state, so they now have derivation. If you are not aware, so if you want to speak for anybody, please do not defend a character like a Yabelo. Please do not.
Okay, let me respond to him. One second.
Do not defend a character like Yabelo. Do not.
All right, thank you, Mohammed.
The people of that state.
Can I respond to him?
No.
Then go to hell. Rudolph, go to hell.
And tonight, this gentleman will be making his network television debut. This is his most recent album right here. It's called Spirit of Love. We're very pleased to welcome Majek Feshek.
Arise from your sleep, Africa. Rise from your sleep, America. There's work to be done, Africa. There's work to be done, America. But if we unite, we will be free so long. Too long. So long. Too long. We've been sitting down for so long. We've been fooling around for too long. We've been sitting down for so long. prince and princess. Remember, remember the pyramid of Egypt, when we used to live like prince and princess. Remember, remember Marcus Garvey, who are the dream for New America. Oh, remember, remember Martin Luther King, who are the dream for New America. They say you are black, they say you are brown, they say you are black, they say you are brown. Only the angels of Jah is white now. Only the angels of God is white. So long, too long, so long, too long. We've been sitting down so long. We've been a fool around for too long. Arise from your sleep, Africa. Arise from your sleep, America. There's work to be done, Africa. So much work to be done, America. But if we unite, hey, we will be free. So long, too long, so long, too long. Pressing the ground for so long.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your geographical location. This is the second broadcast of the day. We just finished the first one. And thank you for joining. Those of you who joined earlier, and those of you will be joined in the comment section as well too. Thank you very much for that. You see the topic, it's in the NLC and labor again, why Kenyans on shaky grounds. There are ground rules in respect to going forward on this platform. I'm going to make it open again that after much consideration that in protecting the integrity of this platform and maintaining decency as well too. And then we will not, I personally will not be blocking anyone again. However, you'll be put on timeout. Timeout is 15 minutes. And also this is applicable to those who are also panelists and as well too. That verbal abuse will zero tolerance of verbal abuse. Hear your opinion. Focus on the argument. For example, I give you an example of what sort of things. Here, someone said, how Rudolph has allowed madness to go on in this place for so long is what I cannot fathom. Now, this broadcast has just started, and someone made such a comment, a baseless comment, and for no reason. So, but we'll allow it to fly, no problem. Thank you again for joining this evening broadcast. And over the week, a lot has happened, and we covered the religion issue in terms of in the context of Nigeria. And one thing I forgot to mention is to highlight the issue in Is it Louisiana where the Ten Commandments, Oklahoma where the Ten Commandments has been imposed? It's on schools. Whether that is correct or not, we don't know. But that will be dealt with on another day. What got me into this broadcast is I started to think what happened in Kenya. I mean, fuel subsidy was removed in Nigeria. Nobody reacted. There was no strike. There was no protest. 90 billion was earmarked for those traveling to Hajj. Nobody responded. Nobody, the citizens did not react nor protest. And billions of naira was also allocated to the president travel expenses. Nigeria has the highest delegation in Geneva World Labour Congress that they attended. No protest. But the Kenyans protested to which the government had to withdraw the finance bill. So I keep asking myself this. What is that thing that can trigger Nigerians to start to hold their leaders accountable? If we can't do it via just this talk and discussion, then I don't know which way we can do it again. And the price of goods and services keep going up in Nigeria. And we just live as if it is okay. Are the Kenyans different from us? What I don't understand. What will take Nigerians at home and abroad to stand up and behave half, even if it is half of what happened in Kenya? If we can do that. Blackstone was here earlier. He wanted to weigh in onto that. I asked him to hold that thought until this second broadcast. Good evening to you, Comfort Babel. Hope you are doing well today. It's been long. We see you on this platform. Hope everything is going on well with you. Good evening again, Gregors. Thank you for joining this platform, and hope you're having a lovely weekend in respect to this wonderful broadcast. So, what do you think, in your opinion, that will happen or can happen that will bring Nigerians to the point that Kenyans, the citizens, took to the street and protest and force the government to make a U-turn, to reverse, to withdraw, I beg your pardon, that financial bill that they said will cause them a lot of hardship? The removal of the first subsidy, even though there is a claim that Nigeria started paying back the fuel subsidy, but yet the fuel is still expensive, and Nigerians are not bothered in this regard. Everyone just seems to be going about their businesses as if it's not affecting them. And this got me thinking as to what really can we do in this regard? What is actually going on with us? How can we change this narrative? How can we get the people? Is the poverty that bad that we're now handicapped and we don't really? It's like we are immune to this this atrocity being committed by our leaders, and we just don't care anymore. It's like the saying that says, say Sarai, whatever will be. So I really don't know. I got confused. The Labour Congress call for a strike in respect to the minimum wage. They call it off. And since then, it's been hanging in the air. However, they went recently this week, they invaded the Labour Party offices for reasons I don't know. I'm trying to understand why they did that. Should they not be out on the streets campaigning or protesting against government policies that's not working for the people, regardless of which government? Should they not be the one to inspire the people to say, listen, this suffering, it's getting too much, it's out of hand? But rather, what they're doing is going to the Labour Party to cause chaos there. I don't understand why they behave in such a manner. Is it the case that we are okay? If Nigerians are saying we are okay, which they should leave them where they are, then there is nothing that we can do again. But I don't think that is the case. I think the ordinary Nigerian man needs a what? Wants a change. And if they are not seeing this change, how can we bring this change to be? How can we start to push our leaders to the corner, like what Mazio Zeki said here in one of let me see if I can get it out. Just give me here. Just I'll play this just for
people who feels the pulse. Now you know everything is increasing like mad. Things places you could go with 100 naira before, you are not talking about quadruple, triple the price. I tell you, we are seeing what happening in France. It's not a threat to anybody, but it's when you hold the populace down for a while and for a long time, even goats can bite when they see no other ways that they can escape.
Even goats can bite when they see no other way out. So, is it the case that we've not come to that point yet, as the goats normally do? And yet, that's why we are sitting down and saying, you know what, we can still take it. How much can we take? That is one thing we have to question, we have to ask ourselves. How much can we take? So the Kenyans today, I have to applaud them. Sadly, few people died. It is expected as such. However, they were able to achieve their heart's desire. They were able to force the government back to what? To reverse that decision. Can we do the same? Why are we called the giant of Africa? Is it just by name? What can we do? This is a serious matter. Yes, the government was about to introduce a tax on foreign to pay foreign transaction. That did not come to pass. That is a good thing. However, it has not changed, affected the suffering of the general Nigerians on the ground there. So, what can we do? How can we get this to work? How can we fix this? How can we get the people to rise up in a peaceful manner to bring senses to our government? This is why we come here every day. Oh, I personally come here every day, not for the fun of it. Not that we don't have some of the moderators or the owner of the channel don't have anything good to do, but it's to stir the mind of the people to seek for a change, to rise up for a change. Thank you. Good evening to you, to Elijah Ezaga. You're welcome to the platform. So, could you tell me, Elijah, what do you think we push Nigerians to that point and act as the Kenyans did and are still doing? If you know, what do you think? What acts of the government Is it the case that when the government, the fuel now goes to 3,000 naira per liter, do you think that will change the people's mind and say enough is enough? What do you think? Because to me, I really don't understand again what we can do, what can happen that will make Nigerians to what? To rise up and say, we are taking our country back. Excuse me for that. Is it the case that, for example, look at what Kayamo said this afternoon, which I got from Injanja Media TV here this afternoon. It says Nigeria has become hub for drug dealers, money launderers through use of private jets, by aviation minister, source in Georgia media slash People's Gazette. A man of prestige, thank you for joining this platform. You can see the topic there. The topic it's the Labour Party. I mean, Nigerian Labour Congress invading the Labour Party and why Kenyans are on shaky ground. And regardless of why Kenyans are shaky ground, the focus is the Kenyans were able to push their government to reverse that monstrous bill that they say is going to kill them. However, we are here, Nigerians are here. The fuel subsidy was removed. 90 billion was I mean not was allocated to Hajj. A lot of money missing, and we're just sitting down as if everything is hunky dory. What do you think can move us to that point, Nigerians to that point, to start to behave or act like the Kenyans? Thank you for joining my president. The floor is.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Pastor. Nice to be on this platform. It's great to have you today. Can you hear me? Okay. I've been following what's going on in Kenya. I was hoping that this is going to be a panacea for Nigeria space to take the next stage of things. Because the NSAS, we know what happened in the NSAS, regardless it was truncated, the government infiltrated the movement and it becomes so chaos. We all saw it on TV when they was offloading the hoodlum or something like that, so they vandalizing, so they use that as an excuse. But I have not really seen that in this Kenya where the government, infiltrated that. I even see some police people that joined the looting. I saw about 3 or 4 police that joined the looting going on in Kenya. But having said that, this is a serious case. Like I said, I don't know if this is going to be a panacea, because if you look at in Kenya, they are not waiting. I heard you make a comment earlier about what are the diaphragms and everybody doing. The Kenyans have a lot of diaphragms. They are not waiting for them to come and rescue them. It has to start from the indigenous. They have to start. That's where you have to start before you can talk about the diaphragm joining them or any kind of means that we can support them financially or something or morally. But they grabbed the bull by the horn and decided to hit the streets. And Kenya, what's going on in Kenya is a similar thing, but Nigeria, is on a different level, on a higher level. What am I trying to say? This guy, when he came in about 2 years ago, 2022, people was looking at him like he's the next Messiah, like some people say he's supposed to be the next Messiah. I don't really believe in that until somebody come in and see what he can do. I will be supporter, but I'm not going to say here, say he's going to be the next Messiah until he actually come in. Even Atiku. So let me not make it because Obi is not in power. It's not in power. Let me go back to the Kenya issue. I'm trying to paint an example. The people in Nigeria can borrow a page. They are listening to us. When he came in, the country was already in debt. From what I read, they borrowed about 500 million. And when that balloon dropped to 700 million because of the service debt and everything, they have nowhere. They have nowhere. They don't have any resources. They are basically, a service nation. They have their, that's how they have their forests, and they were being banked by the Asian country, particularly China. Everything that was good, all those cash. Kenya is well developed, let's give it to them. And they have a very good way. I have not been there. Their weather is very good. That's why it's for Westerners. If you go to their hotel or any lodge, it's still a lot of Westerners because their weather is very good to foreigners. It's not like ours, it's cold and other things. So it's a welcome environment in that regard. So a lot of investment, for example. So when this guy came in 2 years ago, he saw the depth of the country. But instead of trying to manage it or something like that, he decided to give it to the West. Like our present government or our government, government has been doing it. It's not the only one, And what he did, he went to the World Bank, IMF, and what does that tell you? The Africans, are slave to them. They're going to give you a guideline. You have to do this. 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 From what I heard, I spoke to a guy in a different platform. I think it was one-man platform, but he does his during the day. It's called Kaiser Empire. So he was able to give me more information about what's going on in Kenya, and I see the similarity, but Nigeria is on a different rate. So when he came in, and like I was saying, he decided to pivot to the West for IMS in order to support the country. But they give me a condition, like they give Tinubu. You have to remove the subsidy. You have to, you have to increase the tax and everything in order to generate the revenue. So this is what the Western imperialism does to African countries. I mean, and the interest rate is very high. I mean, you're going to spend the rest of your life servicing the debt. But look at America. America is high up there in debt or whatever. Remember what happened when they were selling the auto industry and some other airline. They printed the money. It was like, it was like a loan, but it was printed, and they was able to utilize it. But what they benefited from that. So the problem I have with African countries, when they borrow this money with that condition IMS, gave them, you have to do what they say. You can't see what they do with the money. They invest the money. So look, listen to my narrative. It's a slightly similar thing. I mean, it may be about Kenya, but I'm painting it to Nigeria's situation. They use the whole money, embezzle the whole money. You can't see what is for. Borrowing money is not an issue. Electricity. Look at the GDP debt ratio. Japan, the 13th worst country in the world. That their GDP ratio, is very higher than their GDP. Japan is number one. But look at where their country is. They borrow the money, they utilize it properly. And you know who is number four? Singapore. This Singapore, when people come on the platform talk about every day, they are number 4. Italy is right out there. Then you have Bahrain and some other, Bahama Island and some other small country. But the only country there is Sudan. Sudan was number 2. So I don't know how the money to borrow money and their debt ratio is almost about 120 something. But Japan, no, about 200 and something. Japan is 250.
Well, proceed.
Yeah.
How much can this money that is being borrowed, we will have to pay it back one way or the other.
Yes.
Kenyans also borrowed money, but they are fighting back that listen, we can't bear this anymore. So how much do you think Nigeria can
why?
take
I'm going somewhere. This is why I'm painting all these pictures. This is why I'm painting all these pictures. They borrowed me this money and put up this condition. So the guy came and consider what they call a financial bill, which is about 40% of everything, bread, everything, some, pad and some other things. This is the problem they're having right now. So everything becomes so expensive. But the people say we can't stand this. And we see what happened. They decided to protest. How long they've been protesting? 10 days or 7 days. But the man capitulated to them, right now. But they say, no, that's not enough. You must resign or something like that, So it's still going on, like you and I said. So going back to Nigeria, what we're talking about Nigeria. Can this be a panacea for Nigeria? Because I don't really consider the NSAS as anything. Because the people that organize that NSAS, if you look at them, they are a little bit the middle class, the upper nonchalant, That's the people that organize it. They didn't have any leader. It's supposed to have been organic. This is the organic that is happening. Pat Ranky and some other musicians. I remember the NSAS, the people that organize it. So it doesn't have the grassroots momentum, of course. some part of the country didn't join. So this,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. So,
you know, the thing that keeps baffling me is we have the Nigerian Labour Congress there. Okay, they call for a strike. They cancel the strike in respect to the minimum wage. Then what is their usefulness if they cannot galvanize Nigerians in respect to the hardship? Because when the subsidy was removed, everything went up to today. And you know, if anything that goes up in Nigeria never comes down, except aeroplane and helicopter, that goes up and comes down. In terms of price of goods and services, never comes down. I kind of ask, I want to know what can break Nigerians to come to that point where, because regardless of how we see Kenyans today, they were able to push the government to a U-turn. And that speaks volume. What do you think? You say Nigeria is not in the same plane with Kenyans, but we also borrow money.
Okay.
Welcome, John.
Let me answer you that. I'm not in Nigeria, like I said. They have to, they have to grab the group by the horn, then we can support them. See, the problem I have with the Nigerians, they are kind of easygoing people, docile. It's like if you remember the fella metaphor, smiling and suffering. You remember the music? This is where we are in Nigeria, smiling and suffering.
Suffering and smiling.
Suffering and smiling, whichever way you want to, yeah, suffering and smiling, sorry. This is what Nigeria is. I mean, they have to wake up. Maybe there have to be an awakening moment. It's not going to work if you have somebody organizing it. It has to be organic. People have to say, okay, we can't take this anymore. I mean, they have been singing a bing by me, but it has to be just more than a bing by me. They have to take action. Let these Kenyans on the be a panacea to them. Maybe, I mean, because they are watching, and it's been, it's been narrated in Nigerian news media. I'm still going up. I'll stop paying attention to all this Davido. I mean, I'm a Davido fan, but I mean, look at what happened in Davido. I mean, it was raining, and everybody threw there. But it's the elite. But anyway, the whole Lagos was shut down. The whole governance was shut down. I mean, this priority is my point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
I mean, people are hungry, people are dying. In the street.
In a nutshell, you are saying that. In a nutshell, you're saying we've not come to that point yet. Is that what you're saying?
When are we going to come to that? 60 years?
That is why we are here. We are here to find out when are we going to come to that. Jonathan and Blackstone, welcome. I'll come back to you, man of President. Jonathan, you see what is happening in Kenya. I believe you've read what happened, that the NLC went to invade the Nigerian Labour Congress. In my opinion, they should be out there holding the government accountable. They are unable to hold a strike to bring that strike to a conclusion. They call it off in respect of minimum wage. How much do you think Nigerians will take to get to that point, as Kenyans did, and the government had to reverse that finance bill? Jonathan, the floor is yours.
Electricity, man of prestige, the Blackstone. Good to see you guys, and thank you for having me on the show. I think it will take a long time to get there. As far as we remain these people, and we do not rise up to 21st challenges, even while everything around us is speaking change, and we see wrap in this manger cloth of Christianity and Islam, just what you guys just finished. It will be a long walk to freedom. My question to you, I'm not trying to take you back to what you have dealt with, Uh, is Japan a Christian nation? Is China a Christian nation? Is Singapore a Christian nation? All those countries in the world that are doing well. I heard you guys quoting a scripture that righteousness exalts a nation, and when the good man is in a leader, is a leader of a country, bring prosperity. A lot of those things, this country I've mentioned, are they a Christian nation or even Islam? But they prosper. But we use religion to tame ourselves to the point we give excuse to the God that we were serving, the Sango God and all of those gods, they were instant judgment on anyone that go against the ordinances of the people or the traditions or the culture or the norm of the society. And this one is a God of mercy. And for that reason, how long will God watch in heaven, see Nigerians and every other struggle black nation dying? How many prayer or how many of us will die before He answer our prayer? How many of our wrongdoing that is contributing to where we are? That is not a leadership issue, that is a spiritual issue. How many of our people, how many prayer can we offer to God before He deliver us? Or how many prayer will we pray? Or we will wait for our reward in heaven, for our citizens to die in the hands of the cruel leaders. And somehow we cannot hit the street to a certain extent because we've been told that our reward is in heaven. And then we cannot protest genuinely, or God is waiting for all of us to die before He punish those leaders that are mortgaging the life of born and unborn Nigerians and those home and abroad. So how does that going to bring any change to our society if we wrap ourselves in this major cloth, that we are not going to take responsibility and take things to a different level and ask ourselves? It's not even too critical. It's just what we can see or what we can stay with our phone and find out. But we justify everything and we wrap everything, and we think we will get out of this soon. I don't think we are getting out of this soon. It's easy to see the camel through the eyes of the needle than for us to come out of this with this dosa mentality. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Since you went to the earlier broadcast, the earlier broadcast is not about let's sit down and wait for God to do something for us or prayer. They said that it's more like a challenge that was thrown out there for us to uphold moral value, and this is what the highlight of the earlier broadcast is in terms of when the righteous are in authority. It suggests that when a nation opposes moral and ethical standards, it prospers and is elevated in status. But when it embraces wrongdoing and immorality, it suffers consequences. This is what is happening in the case of Nigeria. Are there no wrongdoings in America, this and that? Yeah, but most of their leaders are still held accountable. Unlike us that we embraces wrongdoing. That was the highlight of the earlier broadcast, as not to blame what's going on religion, but that we all have responsibility. Myself, yourself, every one of us have responsibility to adhere and speak to the truth, to be different. And that was the earlier broadcasts. So just to bring you up to speed in respect to that, it wasn't a case of us sitting down saying, "Oh, Sarah, hi, what will be." No, it's a challenge to every one of us that we have a moral responsibility to that nation for us to do. However, we're here looking at the Kenyans, Nigerian Labour Congress. Welcome, Desta. Nigerian Labour Congress taking the war to Nigerian Labour, the Labour Party. I watched the video due to copyright. I can't be bothered showing it here. Downloading it and copyright infringement. But most of you must have seen the behavior of the Nigerian Labour Congress. Blackstone, you were saying something on this earlier, and I asked you to hold your thought that we're having another broadcast. So I yield the floor to you, Blackstone. Again, welcome, Desta. Then at this time, we're going to time ourselves because we have not to keep others waiting for too long. So we're going to give go 5 minutes each, and we see how far we go on that. Blackstone, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, moderator, and good evening or good day to everybody, depending on your location. Yeah, I was saying before, referring to Kenya, when a people or citizen of a nation are ready to deliver their nation, their country from the hands of the evil ones, they will not fear how many blood will be shed or how many souls will be lost. Because I always believe that every good thing comes out of pains. You cannot sit in your comfortable house and expect to be a change. Or you cannot just play along with what is going and expect to be a change. It never happens. The Kenyans knew what they wanted, and it started on the social media, and before they knew it, everybody was in the street. And the president spoke, talked to them, but they still insisted on what they want to achieve. Life was lost, people died, but they didn't give up. Because they were convinced that if they give up at that time, they have not achieved what they want to achieve. So this is the difference between Nigerians and what I say Kenyan people. If we Nigerians can stand up and stand firm and say we want to take our nation back from the hands of the evil politicians, we can do it. And let's not forget that most successful nations today, people died to make it what it is today. Blood was shed, people lost their life, people sacrificed their life to make it what it is today. Every Western world, every countries that are progressing today, they went through different hardship before they became what they are. So if we cannot stand firm and say enough is enough, we want to take our nation back, there's no way we are going to move forward. There's no way we are going to dethrone or remove, send a message, a hard message to the people in power, to the evil patriots of Nigerians or in Nigeria. I was talking to a friend yesterday. I said, even if the police shoot a gun to the air, you see Nigeria, they will dispatch. It's just like birds on the tree. They hear one kind of noise, all of them will fly away. That is Nigeria for you. So nobody want to die, nobody want to sacrifice, because change comes with a sacrifice. That we know very well. In every facet of life, change come with a sacrifice. It doesn't come cheap. So if you want to do anything in Nigeria, want to change anything in Nigeria, we have to be strong. We have to be decisive. We have to know what we are doing or what we are going for. And when it starts, all things the government give in to the demand of the people, they should not give up. They should not give up. I still refer to NSAS. I wish on that day at that toll gate that when the military went there and shot them, and the next morning they gather again, they continue. The military will give up. They will give up. They will know that these people they are ready. But the next day everybody went to, nobody came out again. So the military have won. The government have won. We have defeated them. So in that ground, so that is the same thing that they are still having in their mind today, that if we go out, the military are going to come out after us. I was talking to somebody yesterday. I said, if we have 1 million people in the street, how many can they kill? Even the policeman, the military is carrying a gun, is even afraid because it can be attacked also.
Okay. So what you're saying is that the people are still afraid.
Yes, they are still afraid. That is why it's like that. That's why it is today. They are still very much afraid. Once you talk about this thing, they make reference to NSACs.
Okay. Jonava, before I go to Desta, I beg your indulgence.
Thank
Jonava,
you.
I highlighted this earlier. Okay, and I want to highlight this again for you. What was said by the aviation minister, Festus Keyamo. He defended the current president in respect to his certificate. At no point did he condemn his character in terms of involving in drug dealings and everything. And when we say moral values are not upheld, what do you have to say with this in respect to this, John Haber?
First and foremost, to my good friend, I can call a friend on this show. I do not only, I will answer your question here. I do not only listen to that thing you highlighted earlier. I listen to so many of the program, I think from the beginning to the end. So I listen to everybody that speaks on the show. So I'm not reference to the headline only, but all the conversation. And just like you are the one that you presided over the program. If you have choose to uh, uh, talk on those things and as much time you have, I could have seen it differently. So once again, I listen to because I love to follow your show. We have a little thought line. So that's about that. Come to this very one. Nigeria issue, and everyone in leadership, they are for themselves primarily. There are not too many patriotism Nigerians in government. They play the politics with no integrity, having have that mindset that it's a short term and their life will live forever. And that is lacking in our society. And that is the very reason why we don't have this enduring spirit of, to say what Blackstone just said. I said that there was one program we had here, and I said it that we are quick to carry things out without a proper planning and follow up. And I speak directly about NSAS. Kayamo is also part of this team right now. Nigeria often says that a man in a glass house will not throw a stone. and I don't know how it means to everybody that adage, but I think that is what they do in most cases. They just find trying to be political correct and trying to walk on a fine line that oftentimes doesn't exist, but they say it because one will stay or other will say I don't like it, people will say I like it. So if Nigeria under the watch of its boss using their private jet for drug and all of those things, who is responsible as a leader of Nigeria today? So the leader of Nigeria should be held accountable. Under your leadership, whatever goes on, there is no reason to find excuse to justify lack of being responsible, lack of action to hold those that carry out anything that is not in line with your value and the law of the land. There's nothing stop you from hold them accountable. So,
Thank you
and
very much.
yeah.
Yeah. Jonaba, you Desta, the floor will be yours in the next couple of seconds. Jonaba, you claim to watch the earlier broadcast. Would that be correct? From the beginning, almost from the beginning, anyway.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah. Are there any? Was there at any point anyone, including myself, said we continue to pray God will come and rescue us? Did you
No,
hear anything like that?
no.
Okay, so when I highlighted and I tried to explain, and you said you heard everything we said, but you went in
I
that area
said,
of your
now
argument.
listen to me carefully. I do not have to say it word by word of what you guys said, right? And I'm not telling you that you say that. I make my own submission from my own judgment of what I watch and what I
Okay, all right.
view from everything.
Thank you. Joanne, that's the floor is yours. Thank you.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you everybody, Electricity and everybody that has been on the show. KJ that was here before. I've been listening through the background. I think most of everything has been answered. Electricity. I think all the answers have been given. You know, everybody has given all the right answers here. When Nigeria get to the point where everybody will react, maybe hunger will drive us there. I just think that, like the Kenyans, they had a purpose for which they were reacting. They were one voice. You could see that the Catholic bishops, everybody. But I don't think the way the corruption has seeped into the Nigerian system, I don't think it has seeped. I think the Kenyans have a little bit of there's a bit of moral compass. You know, that's why you could see those Catholic priests standing up because their moral compass was still a little bit steady. In Nigeria, I don't think that's correct. You know, the moral compass of even religious bodies is gone. That's why you see somebody will say, "Oh, pray for the president, pray for the president." Meanwhile, these are the same people that were telling Jonathan, "I will lead a 1 million man march, you know, if I need to." You know, so I think the sad reality of Nigeria is that Nigeria is a broken generation. Like you have a broken generation in Nigeria presently. You know, so and the corruption has really gone deep everywhere. That even people that know what is wrong can't even own up. Let me give you an example. See what's happening in River State. How people brazenly you can lie about something. I mean, you're a lawyer, you know the truth, and they bring a brief for you. You know the truth. Nigeria used to be a country before where if you bring a lie, the lawyer will tell you, your lawyer will tell you, please, I can't take this. I know this is not true. But presently, what happens in Nigeria now? You see black. Everybody knows this thing is black, and they bring it, and the person will argue believing in his lie. You know, when somebody believes his own lie, you know that there's a problem. You know, when somebody is lying about something, then the person now starts believing that his lie is actually the truth. But he knew that he was lying from the beginning. But all of a sudden, he now believes that his lie is truth. That's where we are in Nigeria. So would something make us react the way Kenya reacted? Even if we do react the way Kenya reacted, the question is, are we going to have a purpose? The results they got, I don't think the same result we will get. You know, the way the Kenyans got their result, like, we don't want this policy. First of all, in Nigeria, if that kind of thing wants to happen,
you will see counter groups because of the way it is. You will see counter groups coming up to say, oh, we are supporting these things. They will compromise the whole process, and all that. So I think there's been a failure in leadership in Nigeria, and one of the biggest problems is that the senior generation have been lying for so long. Unfortunately, they can't own up till this moment. There are many lies that have been told. After the civil war in Nigeria, there are plenty lies that have been told just to keep, in quotes, the owners of Nigeria. After every war, people go for spoils. That is the reality of wars. After a war, the victors take the spoils of war and they hold on to it. Unfortunately, what's happening in Nigeria is that the people that have held on to Nigeria, the thing is literally slipping away from their hands, because it's like a maggot that has been eating a carcass and doesn't realize that it has eaten everything. So they've held on to this spoil for so long, and it's literally falling apart. It's like they say, if you want to hold a small child down, you yourself, you have to stay down with that small child. You can't stand up and walk. That's what's happening in Nigeria. And sad situation is that even rational thinking people will see these realities, but they don't want to believe. They still want to believe in the old order. And what they don't realize is that times are changing, things are changing. Example: look at what's happening on the internet space, that is in the social media space, and it's a microcosm of what really is going to what's going to explode in Nigeria after the Davido wedding. There's this issue of a very dark man and how he has become disrespectful and all that. But that is the microcosm of the Nigerian situation. What is waiting is for it to blow over. What people don't realize is that very dark man that are seen there that is disrespecting, in quote, OGs, you have over 1 million of people like him, and all they're waiting for is to ventilate. Now, Nigeria is going to get to the point where they will ventilate, but the question is this: will it have direction? I'm an engineer. There's difference between scalar quantity and vector quantity. It's still the same thing. It might still be the same number, but vector quantities have direction. Kenya, they had a direction. When they did their protest, there was a direction. There was a purpose. In Nigeria, I think even if we get to that point where people protest like that, it will be a little bit more of mass. It won't really be about, I don't think we would have, whether we have that direction. No, I don't think so. I don't think we'll have it. I think we'll just have a mass movement that can cause chaos, that can cause mayhem. But would we have that direction to lead and say, this is what we want? And all you need to do is run a sample check. Do you have a political party in Nigeria that is saying, these are the values we want in leadership? To be fair, I'm a big fan of Peter Obi, but the truth is that he hasn't come up with he has not come up with yes, there's the obedience movement, but I don't think the obedience movement have come out and said, these are the values, these are the structures, this is what we want from leadership, and they put it as a guide, as a document. Big example: see what is happening in France. The RN party in France is going to take over. Now, when the man formed the party, that's I think the lady Jean Le Pen, her father formed that party in the 90s. They were laughing at him. They ridiculed the man, but the man set out his values and was true to it. Now, he's no more, but his daughter is leading that party. And they are going to take over. They are literally going to win the election because the polls are showing that they are going to take over. The point is, what is the value? They say write division down, make it plain, so that he that reads it may run. We don't have that. So even if there is a mass movement in Nigeria like happens in Kenya, it won't have direction. In Nigeria, it won't have direction.
But just about do the Kenyans have a particular person leading them? According to a man of prestige, you said it's what happened in Kenya is organic, and the people just got tired and they just rose up and they said, "We can't take this anymore." Is that not the path we should follow?
Pastor, what I'm looking at is, after the storm, what comes next? After the storm.
After the storm comes the calmness, if I'm correct.
Good. Yeah. So now, when in that situation, what we're looking at is the storm that the Kenyans were able to do. After the storm, who is going to benefit? Let me give you a typical example. 1999.
Dexter.
Yes.
After the storm of NSAS, Nigeria became calm now.
Wait, now let me give you an example. 1999, 1998. This person died. Abacha died. Okay, Abacha died. Abacha was the storm. Okay, after the storm, what came? Thieves, criminals. 90% of the people that got into leadership were all crooks and criminals. Those were not people, because the people for leadership in Nigeria were not even prepared. So after Abacha died, the people were still even thinking, no, it's not going to, because even those people that were doing Nadeko and all that, you can see that many of them are not even people for the masses. All of them were power grabbers. That is the reality. So the point I'm making is that the Nigerian with the good heart have not come together and formed an ideology for themselves. The average Nigerian is okay if he can earn salary, and in fact, the average Nigerian is okay if he can live his normal life and the government is bullshit. As long as he can drive his car, he can be driving through bad roads to go to work and coming back. As long as he can do that, go to church, pay some offering, you'll be happy. But we have not defined our values, our minimum expectation value. Unfortunately, Pastor, also electricity, it cannot happen. You know why it cannot happen? You see, no society strives on injustice. It doesn't happen.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. I agree with you on that. Man of prestige.
Yeah.
Yes, the obedient. I mean, sorry, the Kenya was it's an organic, but the obedient. Peter said they are the opposition party. In my opinion, I think like what Desta rightly says, they've not highlighted their values or their goals. But as a opposition party, they came out saying in terms of Obi said they're transparent, they're this and that. Do you not think? I know you said Obi. We're not saying he's a savior, but do you not think that he should be the one? I see hold this strong belief that he should be the one to galvanize the people towards these protests, peaceful protests for a change. I still think he should be the one. And I don't know. Honestly, I am.
Okay.
It's hard for me to say I'm confused right now.
You want me to start?
Yeah. Go ahead, Mr. Man of
Okay.
Prestige.
Obi, this is just like you said. You have to start with fact and say, this is my opinion. This is my own personal opinion. Obi is part of them. Okay? I mean, you can't sugarcoat that. Obi is part of the politicians. I mean, you may characterize him to be the lesser of the evil or part of the evil, but he's part of the politicians. Obi is not going to do that. And moreover, he doesn't have the characteristic to do that. The only person that could have done that is Shewere. But in a Nigerian space, an activist can plateau to that form. It's very, very difficult because of how Nigeria is structured. It has to be finance, it has to be money and everything. You have to know the big boss and everything. I don't think Obi will be able to lead the, because Obi is just the personality, the obedience want to use to pilot their movement. So joining Labour Party is just a house. Of course, we know the chaos, surrounding the Labour Party right now. So I don't have any hope on that party, and to be honestly, I don't have any faith that on Obi that he's going to pioneer that kind of revolution to come out, organize them, say let's go protest. No, that's not I mean, with no disrespect to Obi, Obi support, I'm not obedient, but I won't say that. Obi is not going to do that. That's not his personality, and he's part of them. Okay, the narrative that he wants to come into power, it has to be part of them. Remember Obasanjo going to the north to to visit all those big guns and everybody over there. I'm not saying what he's doing right, but that's just the space we have in Nigeria. No, my question is no, Obi can do that. It's not him, and he's part of that. The only person that could have shoved this organic movement, I'm saying, if you want somebody to lead them, is Showore. But Showore is lacking in many angles because of what we have in the Nigerian space. It's not going to happen. Not in this generation, in my own opinion. But I hope it does. So my point is that no, Obi is not capable of doing it, okay? Did that answer your question? No, he's not.
Yeah, thanks, man of prestige. Honestly, at this point, I am confused, Jonaba. I am confused, and Obi said that families don't fight. When I went in that this thing, but that's not correct. Family fights, they settle. He was trying to say the Labour Party and the Nigerian Labour Congress. I really don't. To be honest, it's confusing. It's crazy, and I don't know what way forward. To be honest, I yield the floor to you, Jonaba. Thank you.
Thank you once again. It's always a pleasure to have one or two word contributed to the discussion. Um, it's to you guys that to be is a surprise. I do not have any problem with him. He's a politician. Among those followers, they believe that is a lesser evil. I was told that uh, people have a day that if you are eating with the devil, you use long spoon. I personally don't even believe in eating with the devil at all if I know it's the devil. So he is part and parcel of Nigerian elite. He's a blown politician, and just like I referenced earlier, you cannot stay in a glass house and throw stone. So he have no uh, any justification whatsoever to pretend as an outsider and get anything done. Apart from that, I don't think he has such uh, style of being to push back to some certain extent that people may love him to do. I don't think that is his personality. But other than that, uh, of course, family fight. There's a saying I place that tongue and teeth, they are the best that stay together 24 hours and they still fight. So it's Nigeria, it is what it is today because of so many of us are Dusa. We are not deep, we speak grammar, we attack each other based on our own personality that my personality and my own belief has nothing to do with you. When we come out, what we are to do is to play by the rule. If we have anything called constitution or bylaw, then we promote it. My personal life, you have nothing to do with it. I have nothing to do with yours. Your understanding of life and how you live your life is to your own, is totally up to you. But when you have our society today that they're easy to be pushed around by ethnicity, by religion, by favoritism, by party loyalists, it will be so difficult to get anything done. And I hope we see it for what it is. There are so many things that you or any other person, or including myself, may know. I don't think we can come here and put it together and say, oh, this is the way we should do it. I think then it shows that we don't know at all. But the common subject we treat here, we know how chaotic it will be, how people will misunderstood you and use it in a different way. But the society we have, it is what it is. It's a long walk to freedom, if at all we have started working. Thank you.
All right, I speak the truth. The floor is yours. We'll find we're trying to find a solution how we can steer the minds of
Yeah,
Nigerians. Go ahead, the
I'm,
floor is yours.
yeah, thank you. I'm really happy that now people are becoming more vocal and not succumbing to the bullying that they've been subjected to by a group of the polity, namely the obedience. So I think for me, it is heartening that in response to your question, someone like Man of Prestige could come up and say, well, even though I support OB, I do not ascribe to certain things. And I go to say that to say, I say all of that to say, whose feedback is that?
Yeah, go ahead. I've muted the person.
I say all of that to say, until Nigerians, we as Nigerians, come to the realization that these crop of politicians that we have are very disingenuous and they do not have the best interests of Nigerians at heart, we're going to keep going around and doing the same thing over and over. Nobody from the class of 99, or at least anybody that has served from 99, has any business in the political space of Nigeria right now. They don't. And in a country where the average age is what, 35 or 37, we don't need 60-year-olds, not to talk of 80, 90-year-olds. We don't need septuagenarians. We don't need octogenarians as leaders. The president of Senegal right now is probably what, 40? What about that of Burkina Faso? So if we take these things into consideration, these men and women that we have in power right now should not be ruling the most powerful Black country, arguably, on the planet today. Not saying the youth, so-called youth, will be any difference, because we've seen people like Dimeji Bankole, and we've seen lately someone like Better Edu, what they did when given power. But I think that moving forward, especially considering the youthful nature of the youthful composition of Nigeria, we need people that are in tune with what the youth need. And we need people that are in tune with the direction that the world is going. The geriatrics, you've seen the nonsense that happened in the US debate yesterday with someone sleeping and someone just lying. We are having the same thing in Nigeria, where it is lies, people not showing up for debates, and incompetent people all around. Basically, to end this, we do not need these men. Nigerians, the young people in Nigeria need to be in charge. And that is where I just rest my submission for now.
Thank you very much, Ferreira. The floor is yours. Thank you.
Okay, thank you guys again. Greetings to all the panelists, except for the person that says they shouldn't throw stones in a glazed house, that always like to throw stones, but I'll leave him alone for now. I want to attack, I speak the truth first of all. You started your statement by calling the obedient bullies. You see, statements like that is not going to make us have headways in this country. Okay, I'm not an obedient, but if you had called the APC bullies, I would have been more happier, because they are the ones at the ends of their fears of your problem. But left that is me. It is Jay-Z who says, I've got 99 problems and a bitch ain't one of them. Meaning, Nigeria's got 1,000 problems. But the number one problem we have is to go back to electricity. You remember when we were having conversation of listing Nigerian problem, and you said we don't have a common purpose. You know, I took that along with me, thought about it deeply, talked about it. And I came to that agreement with you. Man, now electricity is right on that one, though. The common purpose issue, although I came back with the fact that all humans have a common purpose, but let's review it for once and compare it to the Kenyan situation. You understand? As Nigerians, we don't have a common purpose. But someone else will stand on the opposite side and also argue that we have a common purpose, and that is selfishness. But let's leave selfishness aside for now. Why we are not like the Kenyans is the question you asked, and that's what I'm going to try to address. You see, the Kenyans, they have a common purpose. Yes, when we did NSAS, we started with the police must go, but down the line, the common purpose diverged. Okay, the government must go, this must go. The purpose changed in between the line. That's what my pastor friend John Abba, who's running away from me now, will say we're not deeply organized. I want him back on the camera. So you see, you're right, electricity. Let's think back on that. We can't be like the Kenyans because there's no common purpose. But on the opposite side of that, if you all look at it, we also have a common purpose. That's selfishness, which is the main inhibiting factor why we cannot act like the Kenyans. I don't know if I'm making sense. You understand? We don't have a common purpose in sense of the country's interest or collective interest or our neighbor's interest. You understand? But on the other hand, we have that inhibiting factor, which is our common purpose, which is that the selfishness of the Nigerian. And if I have time, I would have gone into that on how that selfishness has killed us right from 1963 to the first coup, to the decision of the politicians, to the decision of the leaders that took over. But let's not go into history. Let's stay with this Kenyan problem, Kenyan issue. The Kenyans were able to galvanize on the fact that they don't want excessive taxation. Their bread increase. They understood each other on that basis. We can do that. You know why? Because some of us are benefiting. If let's say taxation, that issue the Kenyan raised, don't collect IMF loan, it will increase our taxes, our bread will go up. We can do that because there's somebody that will collect a slice from that loan. He would have an increased salary. His own interest is now totally different from the rest of you fighting for the price of bread should not go up. So we don't have a common purpose. Now, why are we there? A second reason is this. Our definition of things, how we describe reality, how we describe pragmatism, how we describe words. I'll give you 2 or 3 examples, then you let me go. For example, every day since 1999, we've been coming and all of us have been in agreement that, in quotes, we have democracy. That's a definition error. When votes don't count, when rule of law is not in place. You understand? When it's the rule of man. So I'm not branding it as intellectualism. No. Our issue with pragmatism, calling a spade, whether for political reason or political correctness or for one reason or the other, we have a serious issue as Nigerians with that. Calling injustice, injustice. Calling what is bad, and calling criminals honorables. Maybe if we start with calling a spade, irrespective of whose hall it goes, we'll begin to galvanize around a common purpose. Let's take back to this Kenyan issue again. The issue was taxation based on IMF loan and signing a budget, right? And the effect was increase in bread price, and the people went mad. They had a common purpose to react to. Yes, some people will say, yeah, we have it when they ring the NSAS. No, we don't. Then on the issue that you raise about the opposition, another problem I have, electricity. There is no opposition. Let's be honest. Whether it's Labour, whether it's PDP, whether it's APC, they all operate on the same political, philosophical ideology, which is trickle-down economy from top down. And their concept of democracy is what is, in reality, economic sabotage. Take from the state, pad budget, share money. Then when we are rich at the top, whatever trickles down to the bottom. So people who come to the table with those philosophical ideology, you understand, are the same. There's no opposition. They just bear different alphabet, including the very active Showore, which is why it's hard for him to join forces. Though he's shouting revolution, but he himself would know, you understand, if he's actually paying attention to the reality on the ground, that participating with a flawed system is like endorsing the system. Even though he calls verbally for the demolition of the system, but yet you take a banner and contest in that same system. You want to revolutionize.
Here is the question now, in terms of common purpose.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, I'll come. You are the next. You want to ask a question?
Well, I want to, in reference to what
Oh,
Ferraris was saying.
yeah. Hold on 1 second. Your next on the line. Common purpose. The removal of fuel subsidy.
You pass me.
Who is that?
Go ahead, and Blackstone.
Yeah, I think I'm going around back again to man of prestige.
I was supposed to speak before I speak the truth.
Oh,
okay, no problem. Go ahead.
Apologies.
No, it's okay.
The removal of the fuel subsidy that increased fuel pump and everything went up. Should that not have given us or make us to have one common purpose? Because the price of goods and services went up, affecting everybody. Should that not?
Thank you.
Are we expecting another thing to fall from the sky again?
No electricity. Thank you for that. The price, removal of subsidy, electricity, and the devaluation of the naira. Why you are here complaining it make your own price go up? Some people are making millions out of it. So that don't give us a common purpose. So if I'm making millions, for example, on the subsidy issue, there are the people who own Nigeria, who Nigeria pays rent to. You understand? On the subsidy issue alone, they're making money. And as long as they have money and we have that trickle-down economy, I will get my boys to go say, I would disagree with you that gives us a common purpose. The same thing goes on the devaluation of the naira. So that you see where that game is going.
Okay, I get your point. I get what you're saying. You're right. Man of prestige. Man of Blackstone, I'll come to you. Let me give man of prestige before I come to you. Please. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. In reference to what Ferrari said, like I stated earlier before he come in, the issue comparing Kenya with Nigeria. We don't need a leader. It has to be organic for this to take a very good shape. Because the question you posed earlier, Pastor, was why can't Obi lead it? Why does he have to be Obi? The so-called obedience and some other people, can gather together and initiate and make it organic. A leadership does not require it doesn't have to be show already.
Man of prestige. You've not seen chaos. If it goes organic in Nigeria with our present pragmatic reality, that's a recipe for disaster. There will be so many sectional warlords. In fact, Rwanda will be, I don't even know what to compare it to. We're not there yet. We're still at some elementary stage.
So let me ask you a question. Are you saying if you have a leader leading the movement, that it will be a little bit better?
The leader has to be in tune with the common language, that common purpose. If the leader is in tune with that, it will be fine. We don't necessarily need a leader, but don't forget our diversity. The religious diversity, the ethnic diversity, the political diversity. I can go on and on and on. You see, you keep shouting organic. That's why I laugh at people that keep saying revolution now, revolution now. To prepare a revolution, you have to prepare the minds of the people. Revolution in itself is the revolution of the mind. The people have to be of the same mind. If you do anything beyond that, you have created something worse than Somalia or something worse than Rwanda with multiple spearheads.
But the problem I have with your narrative is because of the Nigerian people, Nigerian mentality. They are docile, or easygoing people, as you may call it. It's going to be very difficult for them to imagine.
They're not docile. They're not docile. They're people pursuing their own interests. Selfish interest is different from being docile.
All right. Blackstone, You wanted to win. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you, FCT. When we talk about people going and demonstrate or going to the street, we have to know what purpose. Ferrer is saying if it is not organic, it will go haywire. Are they going to go for a demonstration that is going to lead to removing of the present of the present ruling party or the president, or are they going for a change and they want to have a change of policies? So if the revolution or demonstration is going to, it depends what they are going for, right? If you are going to go to a revolution that say, oh, the government should step down, that's also a different ball game altogether. If like what Kenya did, they went for a demonstration that said, we don't want this policy. This is what we are against. Revert it. You understand me? So if they didn't say the government should step down, we don't want the government until later, after they have been addressed. Let me finish. Let me finish. Wait, let me finish. Wait, let me finish. I say something.
They have gone far than that. I mean,
that's what I'm trying to say now. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. After the president have addressed them, they now went further that you have to step down. We don't want you. Right? That's also what happened in the NSAS. They were saying police brutality, we don't want it. After a while, they moved that forward, say, with government, you don't want this government, step down, so on and so forth, right? So if we have a clear vision, a clear route, or this is what we want to do, this is why we are demonstrating, and so on and so forth, it will be cleared, right? I think the demonstration, you understand me, or the revolution that is mostly against the government, most of them are not even actually sat down and planned, except they want to topple the government, except want to have the government removed, right? So when the people just go to the street and say, this is what we are against. If you look at Kenya, it started from social media. People talk about it before they went to the street and so on and so forth, right? That's why you said one of the states organic, right? So the purpose why we are demonstrating, or why they want to demonstrate, or what they are going for should be cleared. So in that case, they will know what they are going for. Everybody will understand this is what we are fighting for, right? So that's what I think. Actually, I don't think that it should be a leader or things like that, somebody leading them. A leader can come up when it has started. Then now we're organized. So then they can announce, okay, we are not going to do any, we are not destroying things, we are not going to go violent and so on and so forth. Then that will be like something that everybody will agree to after. At least there must be communication. They meet, they're in groups, you understand me? Right? So they have to understand what is the purpose. And this to start from somewhere, whether from the social media or from any way, some people will know that what they are going for. Right? So that's how I think it should be. So it shouldn't be maybe a special leader or an opposition party. I don't think Obi doesn't have that character to say, I want to lead people to the street and go and demonstrate. He will never do it. He's a complete gentleman. So nobody should come and say and insult him and say this. No, he has his own, he has a way of doing his own thing. So cannot push him to do a thing. Even if he's a politician or any party, it doesn't matter. But he has his own way of life, his own characteristics. It's there. So it doesn't have to be that I have to move with the crowd or things like that. So he has his own way of life. And that has been portrayed right from time, not because he's a politician or it's not a politician. He has a way of life. So if they want to do any demonstration, it can kickstart by any means, through any method. It doesn't have to be a planned one or not a planned one. Thank you.
Just to ask Blackstone one question. Blackstone, and not just Blackstone, all of us on this panel and everybody. Let's try and make a project and think of what would you come up with as a common ground for all Nigerians at this point in our history for us to seek, whether you're APC, BDP, PLP, Showore's party, Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba. Let us start thinking in our mind. And I think it's an interesting topic. We should make a topic coming up with a common ground on this panel, for this panel.
Yeah,
Let's start thinking of it. If we can find one on a panel like this, maybe there's hope for Nigeria.
Yeah, thanks for that. We are having no, hold on 1 second, man of press. This Texas turn, and we'll go to Speak the Truth. There is a broadcast coming up next week, Friday.
It's not supposed to be my turn, sir.
Hold on 1 second, Jonathan. I see what we're gonna do. We're out here, so I'm gonna allow interjection and to just keep the argument more. But there's a broadcast coming up next week, Friday, to which myself and KJ and One Nigeria has put together in terms of this common ground, finding a common ground. And I did announce it earlier. It's going to be interesting, and I'm planning. Hopefully, if everything is ready, we're going to do a paid promotion on it. I'm going to do a paid promotion on it proud to the broadcast itself, and to advertise it in the Nigerian space, which I normally do on my platform, and to see how we go, because we really need a change. We really need a change at this point in that country. Who is Dexter? Can you hold on 1 second? Let Jonaba just speak. Jonaba, go ahead, please.
Okay. Thank you once again, gentlemen. I hope one lady will join us soon so that we can have a different view.
Sorry, hold on, Jonaba, 1 second. I need to talk by her. Thanks for your for your super chat. She said I survived more than 3 hours. Actually, there was a break in between. I don't think I can go. I'm not forefather. I don't have forefather's energy. I was a break in between. So, but thanks anyway, Tokwe, and for everyone information. Myself and Tokwe, we are also putting up, working on a broadcast that we have a female on the platform, where they will feel comfortable, not necessarily on politics, on issues of life. So we'll do some background work on that. So, man of Jonathan, the floor is back to you. Thank you.
It's quite interesting when you come to this platform. It's interesting because we see things differently, and that is the way it should be. But my brother Ferrari is very eloquent in submission, but what he lacks is the substance and the follow-up of reality of life. And I like his submission sometimes, and sometimes I flat disagree with his view. It will serve the interest of Nigerian space, where people of his mindset will think twice, look at the mirror, start from themselves. Then we can have a better conversation. When in life, if anybody will champion a cause, the only thing I can agree with him in his statement is about selling of ideology that go across the board that the people embraced. Whether you have a political office, or you are a human rights activist, or you are a patriotism of your country, and you people believe what you are selling for them. When you don't put them down, when you bring them to the table to say, we don't have to look at Nigeria right now and don't know that there is a common suffering from the north to the south and to the west, regardless of your political affiliation. It's not taking you except those 1% that are directly benefiting from the government or have a position that they can be a beneficiary of such thing. But every other Nigerians, whether you are Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani, Idoma, Shekri, Igala, Ibra, everybody is suffering. But who carry the message across? Who champions it? Somebody must lead. We all cannot be, we can lead in a small sector, but somebody must galvanize the base and champion the cause. But when you say, okay, we cannot do that because we don't have anything, a common reality. Well, of course, we have a common reality going in Nigeria. Even this fuel subsidy, if you talk about fuel subsidy, maybe it's only 1% or less than 1%. Few Nigerians that are beneficiary of the fuel subsidy, whether removed or put there. So that's enough to trigger if there is somebody championing any cause. And like everybody have mentioned, it does not have to be Obi or anybody else. It can be anybody that willingly and have the charisma to sell it. Like my brother Ferrari can sell it, but his character will not match at the end of the day. If you have a meeting with him, he will not show off. If he comes to the platform like that, he will not play by the rule. He think his voice is important and goes. I'm
Jonathan,
coming
let's
now.
stop. Let's
Wait
stop
now.
personal attack, please.
When
Jonathan,
he come
please.
attack, when he attack me, why don't you tell him to do that?
Okay, yes, I agree on that. But that is a failure on my part. I apologize for that, but you don't have to go low because he went to you,
No, if you
please.
go gutter with me, I'll go gutter with you.
No, Jonathan. No, you
You
don't,
can, me,
Jonathan. Please,
I can be,
I am
no,
pleading.
okay. The only
All right,
reason,
go ahead. Go ahead,
Electricity, I will not respond because he's a pastor. I will not respond.
No. Okay, Jonathan, go
now
ahead.
I'll give you communion on Sunday so we can arrest them. That's okay. We have so many things in common that we can fight for Nigerian space, even just for humanity. We have a lot. And to me, our diversity from the north to the east and to the west, if we have, even if we don't have to make it one person champion all, we can take from the majority tribe for everybody to come from their section and galvanize their base. Because sometimes when people talk to you and deep down to your language, it makes sense to you. Maybe there's someone from, we have Mascara come here. If we can just say, okay, please, if we all agree, sell this message down. We go for something very high while we have not settled the bottom. So let us know the little thing, the little step we can take. It will be very contagious that will prepare us to what we don't even imagine. Anytime a human being start anything and he think he wrap his head around it, then it's limited. All you need to do is to take a step, put the little things in place, and have the commitment, even if it is business, even if anything you start in this life, if you are committed to it, it doesn't matter how little you start it, it will definitely get there if you are consistent. So let's have that message of unity and see Nigerian issue as our issue, and we can keep our differences in terms of it's not something negative, it is a strength. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Desta. After Desta, we go to I Speak the Truth. Then we go to let's just have this. Let me say this, okay? We'll allow interjection, but we have to do it respectfully and not just bump into the person. If you want to challenge what the person says, I'm going to allow interjection, less interference. So, if you want to challenge what the person said, the person's argument, you can just raise up your hand. I can ask the person if they don't mind, then we go ahead. So, that's how the floor is yours. Thank you.
All right, thank you, electricity. I wanted to just address something. I mean, the way many of us we try to rope Obi into what's our ideology of how Nigeria should make progress. Like, people, we should have we should have protested during the election. Let me ask these people that say, these people that always say, oh, we should have protested when the election. Why didn't you carry the placard and go? Why are we waiting for Obi? That's my question. Why are we waiting for Obi? If Nigeria wants to change, Obi is just one man. We can't be saying, oh, we can't be waiting for him to do things the way we want. For those people who feel that, oh, is to go and protest on the street, why are you waiting for Obi? Go out there and protest. We shouldn't be hiding behind the man. The man has his way, and we shouldn't shoehorn him into what, in quote, how we think things should be. The essence of democracy is that everybody. Yes.
Let me interject.
Yes.
Was Martin Luther King one man?
He was one man.
Was Indira Gandhi one man?
Yes, he was one man.
Was Mandela one man?
Yes, he was one man.
Okay, let me.
No.
Now, let me land. Electricity. You landed on one point.
That. Electricity. Can I correct that? Martin Luther King was not one man. The 1 million march on Washington. Go and watch the movie. Martin Luther King was not one man. Martin Luther King was aided by artists all over the US.
Ferreira, I'm going somewhere when I ask.
Okay. I don't want that information.
No, I'm going somewhere. You see, when I say Peter Obi, okay, he's been able to galvanize the people. Do you agree on that?
Yes, we agree on
that. And because he has this charisma to move the people, it fits into that narrative or that box to say this guy can influence a movement or can influence a change, can say, now guys, let's move. Let's go to the House of Assembly. Let's sit down there until they attend to the need of the people. Is that possible, Testa?
That's possible.
So that is what I am trying to say. Now, I'm not saying he doesn't have his own character, but what I'm saying is he has presented himself. If you were on ground on 2023 during the election, and you see the amount of people that came out, I keep saying this to tomorrow. I was there. An 80-year-old woman, that is the way I fix her age. An 80-year-old woman came out to vote and asked me at the polling station, my Pekin, show me Papa, Mama, Pekin logo. That should tell you how they want that change in the country. So it has that ability. It should make use of it. I will never support violence. Not in a million years will I support violence. Thank you. Just the floor is back to you then before that people.
Can I interject on you, the senior pastor?
Great. Just
I wanted to say something also. I wanted to say something.
Okay,
sorry, please, electricity. Before you do, you as in that, don't let them turn Peter Obi to January 6th in UK. It's not in the US. So, and you should understand that anything Obi does that will result to any demonstration or anything support or is involved in as it result to any disturbances or report in Nigeria, they will label him as the one that.
Why do we really want a change? I really don't
understand. No, wait.
John,
that's why I said it. The change is different form. That's what I'm saying.
Listen,
so
this is an argument. This is a discussion. Let them label the label Chevrolet whichever way they want to label it. They've labeled this and that. Listen, when you present yourself for the people to represent the people, do they not label Mandela anything anyhow? Did they not label Indira Gandhi? Did they not label? So why should he be different? I don't understand.
Pastor, that's what I said before. I said everybody have their own way of life. You can't say because Peter Mandela did it, this and this, the Peter B will do the same. No.
I never said so. I said he presented himself.
He presented himself. So he is not. If he doesn't like anything, maybe he doesn't like anything violent or anything such like that or things like that. So that is a way of life, the way of thinking.
The floor is yours. You have 1 minute, please, because Dexter has the floor.
Okay. First of all, they have proved himself and his followers that they don't have what it takes. They are just as gullible as Dusa as there could be. Nobody have
So
such.
now, I disagree with you.
Yes, you can disagree. Did I care?
You care. I won't come for only committing your church again, though.
No, your own is dry. Is water with a dry bone. Then let's make this place interesting. This Angela Meyer says, if person tell you who they are, believe them, whether in words or in action. So any expectation in that regard, that the memento you could have turned it to benefit or turn things, bring a real change to Nigeria. If one of your finger touch oil, the rest will not deny it. Thank you.
Thank you.
One of the
floor is back to you.
yes, yes. You know, one of the biggest issues we have in Nigeria, I've always said this thing, is one of the, you know, there is a I've read a lot, I've fair a few things, and it's something that interests me. You know, Nigeria is going to make no way forward because we have a demography and a generation that is stuck, that is stuck in the lie of Nigeria, and they can't move. It's more like they can't see it beyond their nose. Nigeria is tipping over, and we don't realize that until we change this thing. We still think that we can still. It's like you're heading in the wrong direction, and you just feel that just keep going. You will get somewhere. You will get somewhere. You are going the wrong way. You need to turn back. No matter how far you go in the wrong direction, makes it right. You will never get to where you are going to. It's like you are going to Russia, but you are going south. You are going down south. You will hit Australia instead. You know, that's what is happening in Nigeria, and we don't. You know, this expectation that the fundamentals.
Yes, I don't mean to cut you off scientifically. You keep going, you get to Russia. The world.
No, I know that one because the world is spherical. Yes, I know that. But yes, the world is spherical. So my point is that we cannot. There are fundamentals for human relationship. If you don't do the fundamentals, you can't be expecting that the tertiary things will now. It's like I used to tell my people, if you want a cake, which one do you prefer? Do you want the cake to be a quality cake? That's the main cake that people will eat. Do you want it to be a quality cake, or do you want the icing to be the most important thing? So you have a rubbish cake, but you have a nice icing around. That's what Nigeria is. The content is rotten, but we want a nice icing to keep, it's like the house, packing the house. And Osibanjo said it actually when he was vice president, that the fabric of Nigeria is fractured, completely fractured. And we keep on plastering it as if, when we plaster it, then the crack appears again, we'll plaster it. And unfortunately, you have a demography of people in Nigeria that believe in this plastering system of you keep plastering it. It's not working. Nigeria is diverse. There's no even respect. People are talking about, we are diverse and yes, but we don't.
Let me ask you. I have a question for you, please. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. So you have been talking around the problems and everything, right?
Yes.
Then now, how can you give us some idea or some points how you can be able to solve this problem? This way you are talking about now, how can we be able to, what is your point, or what is your solution you have? Can you suggest some?
The first suggestion I have here, you can't make progress in any system without telling the truth of how you got there. If you don't tell the truth of how you got to where you are, you will repeat the same mistake. Unfortunately, Nigeria is at a point whereby some of us cannot boldly say the truth. Some section of Nigeria know that, this is where I always tell people that the West that we condemn are better than us. far much more better than us in Africa. In telling if you go and read the history of America, you will even see the history of how the transatlantic slave trade. You will see how they wrote about the atrocities they themselves committed. They are the ones that wrote it. It's not Africans that wrote it. They wrote what they were doing. They documented it and wrote it down, even if it was atrocities. But what happens in Nigeria? What happens in Africa? People commit atrocities because it's your tribe people that commit atrocities. You will remove it. You don't want, no, it shouldn't be talked about. It should not be, nobody should mention it. It should just sweep it under the carpet. And that is the bane of our big problem, because as long as we can't tell the truth, the good, the bad, the ugly, it means that we would never be able to sit down as a people of diverse nationalities to come together as one, because we will not have anything to unite us. That is the same. Look at, okay, let me give you an example. Look at the killings that are happening in the north. If you ask the average, if you ask some people from the north now, they will not agree that these headers clash, that these headers that they are headers killing farmers and sacking communities. They will not agree. I've even listened to channels where people are, the reality is facing you, staring you in the face. They will not. That is in this age and generation whereby technology is booming. Social media, people are getting real-time videos. People will still deny it. People will still lie. Then imagine the time when there were no records. That is where the Nigerian problem lies. We cannot tell the truth, and the truth about it, the truth is bitter. If you start telling the truth about Nigeria today, the truth about it that some sections of Nigeria will be found to be guilty. Some sections of Nigeria will be found to be guilty for the atrocities they have committed against their own fellow black people. Now, because of the fear of how guilty they will be, they will rather sweep it under the carpet, try to hide it, and they don't know those are the things that are causing the cracks in Nigeria. But the difference in the West is that they will tell the truth as it is. They will tell it. Do you know the Congo? The story of what happened when Lumumba was killed in Congo. It was who wrote the story? Who wrote it? How they scattered his body? How they mutilated his body? Is it the blacks that wrote the story? Is it not the Belgian people that did the thing that wrote it? When they wanted to poison him, when they went with a toothpaste, who wrote the story? The CIA will plan an event to do something. Somebody in the CIA that was part of it will write the story about it, and we read it. But in Africa, we will lie. So elders in our present generation that know they have conceited in their hearts. Pastor, I don't know that scripture very well. They say somebody will lie on his bed and think of evil. That's what is in Nigeria. People that will lie on their bed, they will think of an evil and then they will bring it out. Elders will lie. So somebody will. When I look at his example, a typical example, see what's happening in River State. Somebody will see what is black, and you will just keep on saying it is white. It is elders will know that this thing is wrong. They will be saying, no, it's correct. It's correct. No country makes progress, like I say, without just look at China. When China turned around, the justice system of the country came to bear. If you are a criminal, if you stole, they will kill you straight away. Look at Yahya Bello, 80 billion. And you will have lawyers coming to defend him. Senior advocate of the nation coming to defend. I mean, that's why which country will make progress like that? So because somebody is from my region, okay, the person is from my tribe, you will start trying to. And the truth about it,
they're not doing their job.
If you tell the reality, if you tell the truth of Nigeria, the truth about it that some sections of Nigeria, there are atrocities which they don't want to be brought to the fore. It would, but we have to say it.
Thank you.
South Africa did not make progress. When Mandela came into power, one of the things Mandela did was the Truth Commission. People came and told the stories. No country will make progress without telling the truth and telling the stories of what have been done.
Can I please? I'm sorry to interject on this young man, because it depresses me to hear a young man talking like this. Did anybody stop you from writing about Nigerian history?
It's not about me. It's about
John Paul, don't make it personal.
No, it's not personal. I'm asking a question. Somebody said that they took a history. Are you guys going to listen to somebody? Say they took a history. Okay, he said also in his word that Nigeria, that every atrocity committed, American were honest about it, and they wrote it, right? So did anybody stop anybody from writing a book in Nigeria? We can talk about the history being taken, but if any book have been seized in Nigeria that you wrote about history of what happened to you, come on.
John Abba, but he was not there. The wasted generation, like the Shoyinkas, should be writing the truth. Those who participated in Babangida school, in Gowan school, in all the schools should be writing the truth.
What about what he knows now? What about
anyway,
what he knows now?
That's not what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to support Dexter on 2 points.
Well, you're gonna support him after I finish talking, please. Thank you.
Okay, hold on, Ferreira. Let us speak the truth.
Let me just quickly.
So,
okay, I speak the truth. Hold on, my Ferreira, just 1 minute, please.
Okay.
Not more than 1 minute. Ferreira, 1 minute.
Okay, 1 minute. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I did an administrative course, educational administration course, and there was a Marine professor. He was in the U.S. Marine, and there was one lesson he taught us. If you're going to be an administrator and you walk into your new position, he said the first thing you do, and they tell you this in the Marines for you to survive, is you take a note of your pragmatic reality. Say, don't joke with it. You walk around and you note your Nigeria does not take a note of its pragmatic reality. We all can agree on that. Everybody is lying to their teeth because of what they are benefiting. Nobody is telling the next generation the truth. The Shoyinka generation are full of lies and liars. I just used him as an example, not him in particular. The Dimeji Bankole generation, which is our generation, also we're following the same footstep where those ones followed. So there is no truth. And the Bible says, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. It's biblical. Thank you.
Speak the truth, the floor is yours. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Dexter, I really wasn't going to start with you, and I'm not trying to malign you, and don't think I'm trying to denigrate you in any way, but I think you got to be naive as hell, or not really conversant with the history of the West to even think for 1 second that these Caucasians don't lie. The biggest liars known to man ever in the history of this planet is the white man. They will embellish the truth, they will lie, and they will distort it. And the one thing they are good at is brainwashing people. Again, I don't mean to malign you, but this is what you have basically proffered to us, that you have believed the lies that they tell. As recently as 2001, as we all know, there was an attack on the World Trade Center. If they were so truthful, they would have never redacted and classified the results of the inquiries that they did. They blocked it for a reason, and they do that all the time. So I'll just leave it at that and go on to what I wanted to say. It was funny listening to Man of Prestige telling Alaba, explaining an organic movement to him, because Man of Prestige was entirely right. How do you expect a movement in Nigeria if it's not organic? And you say you do not want an organic, you are scared of an organic movement, but at the same time, you're saying if there's an organic movement, Nigeria will be similar to Rwanda. There's going to be rebel groups. I don't know. Maybe your understanding of organic and what is going to happen if there's a disorganized movement is what's causing it. But in the same vein, any movement in Nigeria will have, for it to be successful, it'll have to be organic. And why do I say that? Well, we have to consider the ethnical and the religious composition and division of Nigeria in terms of the people, the creeds, and the politics of the nation. When people bring up NSARS, I think for me where I have a problem with that is they use it as an example, and I think it's usually a bad example. First, let me start by before I move on further. Peter Obi has never proven himself or positioned or presented himself to be a revolutionary. He has always come strictly as a politician. He is a career politician, so I don't think it is fair to the man to put him in a box and try to make him a revolutionary, knowing what his fate will be. I don't even think he's that stupid to try, because they going he knows the consequences if he even tries to become a Mandela in Nigeria. The forces are going to come down on him real seriously. Now, if a revolution was to happen in Nigeria, for example, like we see in Kenya, the danger of that is Nigerians will use it as an opportunity to settle scores. It'll never be true. And just like you rightfully said, Dexter, Nigerians have a problem of telling the truth. They don't tell the truth. The average Nigerian, as we know, is very hypocritical. He is loyal to his tribe and he is loyal to his faith. He is not loyal to the nation.
Okay,
So,
Dexter, hold on 1 second. You will continue. What we're gonna do is this. I said Dexter. I speak the truth to speaking, and if you feel there's anything he has said, and this is applicable to every one of us as we go around, uh, you can interject him respectfully. I speak the truth. You will hold on for the person to interject you for 1 minute, and this is applicable to us to make it more. If anyone wants to
Uh,
interject, I speak the truth. You have just 1 minute, and he has the floor back. So this is the
Okay.
way we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
let me say good. Let me say good night to everybody. Have a wonderful time.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Bye.
I
Black.
speak the truth. I speak the truth. I think sometimes some of us we don't listen carefully, and we just come here to talk and just hear ourselves talk. Now, you just contradicted yourself. First of all, when the man of prestige argued on the issue of the revolution being spontaneous, right? You said you oppose that, but at the same time, you just used your own mouth to say if it happens in Nigeria, Nigeria will use this as a vengeance too. We're saying the same thing. Why are we
when did I
repeating
say
us?
I
Why you
opposed it?
oppose and then agree? That's
At what
confusing. That's
point did
number
I?
one. Number
At
two,
what point did I oppose?
you did. You said that. Anyway, number two, number two, on the subject of what was it? You were talking about. Somebody help me, my brain. On the subject of oh God, somebody help me,
All
brain.
right. We'll come back to you, man.
Okay.
Pereira. Man, I speak the truth. The floor is back to you. Thank
See, the problem with people just liking to yap is, people take when you say something, people take slight to it. So why he had a brain freeze right now was because when I started off, I said what I said he was doing is what, if you notice, I said man of prestige was telling him why an organic movement is necessary in Nigeria. So what he decided to do now, without having anything to say, he took it as a slight, and he came to decide to attack me, saying the same thing. Then all of a sudden he doesn't remember. Of course, you're not going to remember because you had nothing to say in the first place. So what I was saying is, if Nigerians will use such an opportunity to settle scores, and we know this, we saw it during NSARS. Nnamdi Kanu, during NSARS, was giving instructions to his followers. There's It's all over the internet. He was giving instructions to his followers to burn down certain buildings. He was giving
Please
instructions
don't
to his
repeat
followers
that in public. That's
he
not
was
fair.
giving instructions to his.
If a
Will
Biafra
you?
person is here, they would
So
oppose that, and it will go
so.
back into
But
the
let him
rough
finish
fight.
now, Ferrari. It's okay. It's not.
Just
He didn't
ignore
even say
him.
that
This is what
anything was
he has nothing to say. They think it's a place to win championships or something. So he was giving instructions to his followers to burn down buildings. He was giving instructions to his
Do you
followers
have a newspaper publication to that effect or
to
evidence to that
attack.
statement?
He was giving instructions to his followers to attack the families of the present president and people he deemed as his opposition. So this is
Electricity, you have to put this man in check not to say
this
scandalous
is
things. He has to have proof for the things he's saying. You can't just be saying
But
things like that.
man of
It's
critique,
going
I
to
think
bleed.
you are.
If a Biafran supporter comes on now, it's
Okay,
going to go down into the tribal
come on.
rubbish we always
You
get
are
into,
just being
and we're not
distracted.
going to go anywhere. Does
Ferrari,
he
you are
have
just being
proof?
distracted.
Let
You
him
are just being
provide the
distracted.
proof
You are
for that
just
statement.
everything you say here. You have a proof.
Hold on,
Everything you have
John
been
Haber.
saying.
Hold on, John Haber. Hold on, John Haber. I got him because I don't suffer fools lightly. So this is what we're gonna do. Because since we're in a public space, and I really enjoy when you people always come on, and this is the truth that you people cannot tell that Dexter was talking about. So we can make a bet in public right now with everybody listening. Anything up to the amount of $1,000, or maybe we can make it $5,000.
Nobody's betting with you. Just
If I
provide
show
proof.
you,
We're not gamblers
if I
here.
show,
Just
if
provide
I show,
proof. We move on. Nobody has time.
if I show you proof that what I'm saying is 100% true, up to up to $5,000, whatever I
Then
deem
you
fit,
go to Vegas and
are
get your
you
money.
willing to
Just
pay to me?
provide proof.
So since you don't, it's also good. It's very imperative that you be quiet when someone talks and
Provide
stop
proof.
bringing
I'm
your
not going to be
ego.
quiet when you spread misinformation that spread hate.
But
You know why
you
I
are
am on
not the
the
one
issue of
even
spreading
moderating.
hate.
This is
I'm
not
going to
fair,
object to
Ferrari. You
it.
are above than this. You are just causing distraction. You are not the one moderating, right?
Okay, let him talk. Let him talk his rubbish.
Ferrara, Alaba, it's always good. If you notice, I try not to join words with you because I like decorum. I have a certain class that I always try to uphold. But there's something about certain people on this panel that they try to bring you in the mud to dance with them. I'm not a pig. I would not like to dance in the mud. I would like to speak intellectually with people. And I will appreciate if you say, well, this person is lying or you cannot accuse me of giving misinformation when what I'm saying is 100% accurate. I don't come on here
That's
to
why I
lie.
asked for
I
proof.
don't. Then
Proof.
go seek it out. Go seek it out.
I try
So
to make it.
again,
Oh, sorry.
again.
I speak the truth. Hold on one second. I
Yes, sir.
apologize for stopping. Ferreira, I try to make it more friendlier in terms of interjection, that you raise your hand for interjection, but we can't continue this. Yes, if I mean, I had this down here. I think I started when I started that when the ground rule is when presenting one's argument, kindly state for the record. If it's an opinion or fact, this must be supported with evidence. Even if the person doesn't have the evidence at the moment, the person can provide it subsequently. So before you continue, I speak the truth. Based on the claim you made, and you said you have evidence to support those claims, would that be correct?
Sir, I've posted evidence. This is not the first rodeo I've gone on here
Okay.
with people like him. They know there's
I
a
know.
certain. No,
Listen.
no,
I
no. With all due
apologize
respect,
for the interjection.
let me just finish, please. Thank you. I
Okay.
really appreciate it. So this is not the first rodeo. Each time I bring up this particular topic, there's at least a group of four of them that will do the same thing. They will ask you for proof. And when you bring the proof, and then this same conversation comes on again the next week, they do the same thing. It's just annoying at this point, and it is childish. It is either you haven't seen it or you chose not to look at the links that I posted. We all know, and I say we categorically and emphatically, that we all know that during NSARS, it is all over social media, it is all over the internet, that Nnamdi Kanu was giving instructions to his followers. So that is not even the crux of what I am saying. All I'm saying is supporting what they were all saying, especially Man of Prestige or even Dexter, why it'll be a problem for a revolution this type that is going on in Kenya right now to succeed in Nigeria. It is because of this same lack of truth that we are seeing right now that Dexter complained about. People see the truth and they will deny it based on where their interest lies. How can you tell me you are not aware that there were Radio Biafra broadcasts of this man giving instructions, for example, telling his followers to seek out the families of the present president and deal with them? It is all over the internet. So you just interjecting, trying to throw me off. You started off by coming at me saying, "Oh well, I said this." Same thing I just accused you of doing with of Man of Prestige. It is childish. We want to have a conversation. Please, let's always have a conversation without all these games. It makes no sense.
Thank you. Thank you. I speak the truth. Hold on, Dexter. Hold on 1 second. Dexter. I need to highlight something. There's a question posed to John Abba here. Okay. Yeah. John Abba. Quinty said, electricity. Can you please ask John Abba why Chimanda's movie, Half of the Yellow Moon, banned in Nigeria? Since he said no one was stopped from saying anything about the wrongs that happened.
That was not what I answered to. I asked the young man when he was giving instance of what has happened, how honest are the West about the book. Then I said the book are written by individual. Did he write any book and he stopped? That's all. So it's an individual thing. So if Chidima book was stopped, I was not directing at her. I was asking this young man since, and then the Ferrari came to his defender. Oh, he was not there. But he read a lot of books. You read books, then it take you to the past and bring you to the present. And there are people you can sit down with. Many stories told that are told by people when you move from one place to another. There are many people that are still alive. If you want to verify any information to carry out, you are welcome to do so. The point I'm making is that we make the history. This is not about being biased. Being biased on this platform is people have a sentiment, and whatever they want to push, that is what they want to push. And if we make this channel this way, it's going to be boring. I don't come here because I have time. I come here because if you don't come here, Nigeria will be where it is for 10 years because certain people have convinced and lied to themselves to the same narrative and sitting from the same perception, and they don't want to hear anything else. And if we're going to be in Nigerian space to make a difference, please let us endure one another, hear one another out. Our differences, once again, it doesn't matter who is on the other side and say that I'm a motivational speaker. Maybe I am, but then it's not a problem. If you are Igbo and they talk about Igbo, don't be upset. If you are Hausa and they talk about Hausa, don't be upset. There are good everywhere and there are bad everywhere. This young man, when he say all his stuff, he read a lot of books and all of that. Make your own story. If you are not, they say that if you are not by the fire, they'll put your yam on the other side. So make your point on your own. And then if anybody, and then you can say, oh, he can defend himself. I have no problem with that. But let us not make it anything more than what it is already.
I wasn't, John Abba, good submission. What I froze on earlier about I speak the truth comment was on the white man writing our history. Dexter's submission was not on the white man writing our history. Like Fela said, you don't be slaves long before they don't release you now, but you never release it yourself. You see, we've been free since 1960. We've experienced our own history by ourselves. But yet, those history are still being portrayed as lies. That was what Dexter was talking about. He wasn't talking about the white man. I speak the truth now. We have made it about the white man telling our history. We're talking about ourselves telling our history. So don't come here
Alaba. At no point At no point
That was
did
what
I
I
say.
freeze on earlier.
Okay, so
on.
hold up. You spoke and I didn't interrupt you. So at no point did I say anything about the white man writing our history. I can go back to quote what I said. I said, if you think that the white man will tell the truth on anything, okay, September 11 is not our history.
Conversation was not about the white man. Why did you take it there?
Hold up. Because he mentioned Belgium. I don't know what your problem is with me. He mentioned Belgium. And he said the white man does not lie. And I said,
sorry. I think you're not. What is it?
hold on.
I see the
Hold on. Let me finish.
I speak the truth. Let's speak the truth. Hold on one second. Let's just clarify what.
I think you have not listened to me. I think what has happened is that you have a premonition, and what you are trying to do is you are trying to box in what I said into your premonition. If you had listened to what I was telling you that even our history, things that happened in Africa, the white man, like when we talk about, if you go to America now and talk about Black History Month, who wrote those things down? Who wrote the atrocities that were committed in Africa? When they killed Mulumba, who wrote that history down? Are we the ones that wrote it? In the Congo, how he was killed, who wrote it down? Did we write it?
Okay.
That's what I was saying.
Or how Stephen Biko was killed in prison.
So what is wait, hold up. So what is different in what you just said and what I said? You said, hold on, let me finish. You said that the white man does not lie.
I didn't say he does not lie.
You did say that. You said they tell the truth, they don't lie. They even their own atrocities that they commit.
He said they don't lie on their own history. On their own history.
I don't want to dance in the mud, sir. Let me finish. So you said that they don't lie, that even their own atrocities that they commit. You repeated this severally. You said even the atrocities that they commit, they stated down. And I came on and I said, there's a reason why even September 11th is still classified till today. I said, if you think that the white man does not lie, that the white man, the Caucasian, is the biggest liar known to man today in the history of the world. This is how I started. I don't care if it's Nigerian history. I don't care if it's the United States history. My point is for you to have so much faith in them to think that they do not lie and they even say they state their own atrocities. And I'm telling you, and I'm still putting it to you categorically, that they embellish the truth. Hold up. They embellish the truth.
I'm sorry. I'm not going down this. I'm not going down this line.
I don't care where you decide to go down or go up. Let me finish. I don't care where you let me finish. Let me finish. So you
yourself from you are not. Look, I'm
let
not going to box. I'm not.
It doesn't matter where you decide to box or dance. Let me finish.
I'm sorry.
Electricity, the link he provided has nothing to do with Kanu saying you should go and the president. I just looked at it.
So let me finish.
We have to
so look at the link he sent. He put on the
what
private chat. Has nothing to do
with
what
you say. Okay. So
you see how people come here and lie just to the agenda.
Let's do this little dance. Come.
Just checked. You said electricity.
Let's do this.
I just checked the link on my computer now. Has nothing. It's a list of pages. King Paul Olubanjo and all the garbage.
Gentlemen.
So you can come here and lie.
Gentlemen. I'm not on X. Ferreira, you said you've read it. What can you
I'm looking at it now. It's just provide sub-link. King Kefewe, Efiwe official Twitter. Taye Paul Olubanjo, issue on X, formerly Twitter, that is Edge issue. That is the link he just provided. I'm reading it out
what
now.
Does the link say, Mr. Yappin? What does the link say?
You have a link. You have proof.
Okay, so this is what I did.
Copy. Anybody who has a computer, copy this link and put on your computer.
Electricity.
This is what come here and lie. I don't like liars.
We cannot come and be talking.
Electricity.
I speak the truth, please. Give me 1 second, please. I'm
going
to exit, please. Now, Whether it's appropriate to discuss it here or not is a different thing. We are not a spokesperson for anybody but for yourself. Please let us not make this place the way it's going. I think nobody here is misunderstanding or we choose to turn blind eyes on the truth. The thing is that I heard Dexter says that white people, whatever they do, they put it, even if they did that, if they commit atrocity. That Nigerians are lying to themselves and we have not gotten there. I'm just summarizing it. And that's why the young man says, oh, don't believe these people telling truth all the way. Simple. That all. He is entitled to his own opinion, how he sees it. A Dexter have made his own submission. We should not make a chaos of it because you think it doesn't, it's not the way we want to hear it, or it's a narrative that we don't want to push out there. It's okay. We can quite it easily and we move to the next thing. We are not here to say, oh, I don't like your opinion, no matter how real it is, and we just want to kick against it. And we are talking about how we can unite to form ideology and pass it across to the next generation to deliver themselves. And we cannot take responsibility for what we just say here, that we can be played to us and we can hear ourselves. Please, let us not do that.
Thank you, Jonah. You see, after, you know me, when it comes to decorum, I take people out, I put people backstage, but a lot has been said that I'm too rigid, I have too much power, or I'm abusing the power that I have. So I try to take it, but it appears that that is not the case, that we cannot uh, discipline ourselves to hold on to the other person. Like you said, you can challenge anybody's argument. And I said, when I came up with this, I said earlier that when present your argument, kindly state for the record if it's an opinion or fact. If this must be supported with evidence. Until such time, I speak the truth. Hope you don't mind me saying. Until such time that evidence is provided, what I speak the truth said is his own opinion, and we will not dismiss it because his opinion is classed as opinion and not fact. He has the right to express his opinion like every other person, but for the integrity of this platform, until such time that evidence is provided in respect to the claim he made, he expressed it on the ground of opinion, which is within his right to do. So, who is the next person, please? Thank you very much. I think you still have the floor. I speak the truth. Then we'll go to
Yeah,
John Abba. Yeah, go ahead.
and in any event, listen, the problem, as we have seen right now, the problem with Nigerians is their ability. They have, it's a superpower. I don't know if they feed it in, there's something in the water that they feed the kids back home, but there's something about them to see the truth and just categorically lie about it. And I don't think they understand how disgusting it is to see someone that has no morals, no ethics, and just because I don't like you, I don't like what you stand for, I for some reason I just can't stand your face, and I don't care if you say the truth, I'm just going to tell a lie on you. And that happens so severely on this platform. It is disgusting. Electricity. It is sad, and this is what happens in Nigeria. You look at the plenary most uh, uh, um, the plenary motions in Nigeria in the National Assembly, and you see it every day. Like even the politicians blatantly, they're lying. You talk to the people on the street, ordinary people, they're lying. And this is why Nigerians, the first thing they do whenever they meet you is they want to know, what is your ethnicity? Where's your father from? Where's your Nigerian set from? Where's your lineage from? What's your religion? You know why? Because at that point, and this is why they always attack forefathers and people like forefathers, because at that point, whatever you say, it don't matter. I'm just going to go based on the fact. Even if you're saying the truth, I'm just going to argue it based on the fact. I'll say, well, You know, you're from here, so that's the only reason you're supporting these people. Or you're from here, so that's the only reason you're supporting these people. I don't get it. I think when Nigerians decide to really look themselves in the mirror, and this Jesus and Muhammad that they always espouse, really follow their teachings, I think from that point we will start seeing a better nation. But until we have a group of degenerate liars and narcissistic people, we will continue having these same problems that we have been having since 1960. And I'll leave it at that.
Thank you very much. Uh, uh, go ahead, Ferreira. Olumide, welcome to the platform.
Thank
Well,
you. Can I?
before you, Olumide, I gotta say this before you.
Can I just go in before?
Before you, Olumide, let me quickly say this. When the devil took Jesus to the top of the mountain and showed him the world, he said, "Bow to me, and I'll give you this." When I look at the action of men on this earth and in front of evil and terrible evil and what they stand for and what they come here to defend, and how they accept the state of slavery that our fellow black men have imposed upon, as some of us struggle to oppose it, I boggled on how much they could have been paid to take their position. I don't know what people stand for here or why they do the things they do, and I don't care. But when you come here and put out a lie, and we ask for proof, and you put out the proof as another lie, I would oppose you. I would oppose you with all my strength. I would tell the world that you are a liar, you are the devil, and you work for the Legion of Doom.
Olumide,
yeah.
Listen, I'm trying to be nice here. I'm boxing myself in the corner. You know me. If you omit yourself again, without me, I'll call you. Just don't mute me. Ferreira, I think I have cleared that aspect in terms of the statement that he made. I believe I have cleared it that until such time that he provide evidence to such claim, it should be seen view in the integrity for this channel as his opinion and not a fact. Okay, I believe in proof. I mean, actually, let me be honest here. What's your name again? I speak the truth. The last broadcast we had, and we're backstage. You did say I'm someone who like evidence too. You challenge me. In fact, let me say you made me to be this calmer, which is it's a compliment to you that I want fact. So until such time that he provide for the record evidence to such, whether it is out there or not, is
But I just provided a link. Like I've done. Like I've provided
the link according to them. I'm not on.
But this is what I'm saying. We do. Hold on, electricity. Please 1 second. I'm sorry. Please 1 second. Okay. So they play these games all the time. I just provided a link where he's espousing violence and asking Oriental Hotel, the airport. It's a longer clip, but I'm giving you part of it where he's saying things should be burnt down because thought it belonged to the present president. He thought Oriental. He thought. Hold on, please, sir. Let me finish.
Let me read it for you. Twitter.com.
So he thinks.
I speak the truth. That's okay. I speak the truth.
Right.
That's okay. Let's leave that. Let's leave that. Okay. I'm the moderator in the integrity of this platform. I'm going to repeat again for the record. What I speak the truth said is his opinion, given that the facts has been argued whether it's there or not. So it's classed as his opinion for the integrity of this platform. Olumide, the floor is yours, please.
Okay, thank you, electricity. Thank you, and good day to everybody.
Can he stand? Can he sit right? If not, it cannot be on his
Olumide, please, can you sit up, please? This is can you
okay.
speak?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, no
let's
problem.
have some.
No problem.
Thank you very much.
So, I was listening to the panelist contribution, and I want to speak the truth. I speak the truth. You are in a white man's land there, in New York, America, and you are there denigrating the very spoon that feeds you.
You don't know where I'm at, so stop. Don't act. You don't know where I'm at. You don't.
Hold on 1 second. I speak the truth.
Don't
speak, please. The issue of I speak the truth has been addressed. There's no need to attack anyone personally.
So there's like 2 more that are still going to come. There's a group.
Well, I speak the truth, please. I'm begging you people right now. Don't push me to the cliff. I am asking, appealing. Do not press my button right now. Olumide, can you please focus on the topic, please? Thank you.
Okay, no problem. I was just trying to address the fact that his contribution was kind of hypocritical, considering the fact that he stays in the very people's land that he's denigrating. But that's okay. So I was gonna say that what Dexter contributed was very, very pretty clear to me. You understand? And Dexter is right. I mean, I'm Canadian. Dexter is in the US, I believe. We have people in the UK. It is very true that when these people write their history, we learned a lot from their history. You understand? And Dexter was pretty clear when he was doing his.
Sorry, there's noise coming. There's noise coming from your background. Do you mind?
I mean, it might be the kids upstairs.
Okay.
So it was pretty clear what he was saying, that we understood a lot of what they did to us as a race, as a people, from that documentation, from that document. There was a certain man, I've forgotten the name of that guy, a British guy who was an administrator.
I'm gonna mute you, okay, because the noise is distracting. Can you find a way you can resolve that noise and come back?
It's my kids. Yeah, he's in his bedroom. Yeah, I think he just playing in his bedroom.
Could you just? Okay. Is there any way you can just?
Let me lower the volume. Is that okay?
Go ahead.
So
the noise is still coming.
That certain man's name. The man passed away, I think, about a year or 2 years ago. The man wrote his book, and we didn't discover his expose in that book.
Olumide, you know what? I think I put you backstage, resolve this, and I'll bring you back. Thank you very much. Nigeria is scam. Goodness me, what's his name? Go ahead.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah, good evening from here. Yeah, so I just want to chip in something, then I'll leave. I came here because of what I Speak the Truth said. I don't know where he was born, okay? Probably he don't know Nigerian culture very well. You know, I was born in Nigeria. I'm Igbo. And we were taught that wherever you go, you meet somebody who is from your region or from your country, you have to ask them who they are. That is not based on division or trying to divide or anything. You know, somebody I met here, I asked him, where are you from? He said, Nigeria. What part of Nigeria? He said, my village. But I don't know him. You know, that's how I knew that he's my brother. Or so it's not about trying to divide or anything. That's the reason we ask. You cannot see a woman outside and you just start, dating the person. At the end of the day, she might turn to be your cousin. Okay? So it's not about division. He don't know our culture because I think the way he speaks, I think he don't know African culture or Nigerian culture.
Why is it like when you people and
is that how you interject? You see how you interject right now? If somebody do something to you, you start acting like you are.
But you were done talking. If you want to keep talking, keep talking. I thought you were done.
But I was still talking. You thought I was done. You see, that is it. Nobody's perfect.
No, stop playing games.
Try
You're
to
done,
make yourself
bro.
smarter than everybody. It's not right. Okay. So about what he said about Nnamdi Kanu, yes, I remember Nnamdi Kanu made some statements during the NSARS, but he didn't make the statement to his followers. No, he said, Nigerians, this is your opportunity to take your country back. And he never said, go and burn anything. No, he never said that. He said, don't leave the street. Once you do this for 2 weeks, hold on.
It's right there in the link. It's right there in the link. It's right.
Hold on. He said, if you guys can be on
the street. Will you stop him from referring to the link? Because I just checked the link. Will you stop it?
Listen, I am going to put some of you backstage, please.
So
I
Nnamdi
feel it.
Kanu,
I don't
what
want
he
to do
said
that,
was,
please.
if Nigerians can stay, he said Nigerians, he never said my followers or IPOB or Biafrans. No, he said if Nigerians can stay on the street for more than 2 weeks or 3 weeks, that United Nations will come in, you know. So I don't understand the way people, I see people's, you know, body language here, people who don't like Igbos or Biafra, anything about Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, somebody like John Abba, he don't like Nnamdi Kanu, he don't like anything concerning the Igbos at all. No, it doesn't matter how he pretend, right? No, don't wave your hand, okay? You can't hide it, okay? We know. So that's why I came up here.
By the
I
way, I
have things
like
to
your
do.
CNN post.
Thank you.
I've been a BBC post. I like your post.
So you're done. Can I reply you? You're done, right?
Oh, go
No,
ahead.
I speak the
All right.
truth.
No,
No,
no, no.
no,
Come on.
no.
You can't do
I
that.
speak the truth. I speak the truth. Listen, I am the moderator. I think I have been
All right.
reasonable all along. This issue of I speak the truth has been addressed, and I understand this is have your say and your opinion, but I don't want us to overflow this
Yeah, but
this
it's not
this issue.
overflowing. And with all due respect, you can't let them keep. This is what always happens on this show, and people kowtow to the bullying tactics of
I
these
have something
dudes.
to do,
You
please.
can't go, Niger. You obviously have
Don't go
something to
now.
do.
I gave you a
You sit
minute. Let's
down.
talk to
Electricity,
you
Just
his
now.
sit down.
mission
Okay,
here is to
I
distract us,
speak the
and he's
truth.
achieving it. It's to
So
distract us.
So,
He's
listen,
so this
achieving
is
it.
this is it. I already I put the link on there, right? You
The
can do
link
us
is
all.
fake. I
You can
checked.
do it. You can do us all about. You can be quiet. Damn, you have some decorum. So you can do us all a favor as the moderator. He said there was nothing like that saying he should burn anything down. It's right there. Burn the hotels because they thought it belonged to the president. Burn the airport. Burn the theaters. Come on the road. He gave all the instructions. It's right there in the link, and that's not even a tenth of the link. So now back to what you started off with saying, oh, you want to know. Well, you want to know if you want to marry your cousin. Well, I'm not on here to marry nobody, and I'm definitely not on here to marry a man. Okay,
That's not
so
what I said.
okay,
That's
okay,
not
okay.
what I
Oh,
said.
let me finish. Let me finish. So
It's not what I said.
I'm not here to marry nobody, and I'm
But
not
that's
on
not
here
what I
to
said, bro. It's not
that's
what I
good.
said. You are missing
So
the point. I said
so
if you
let me
don't ask
finish.
questions, you might end up marrying your sister. That's what
Okay,
I
so
said.
again, I am not on here to marry anybody, and I'm not
I
on here.
Electricity,
speak the
why are you
truth. I
allowing
speak
this
the
Okay,
guy
truth.
to
maybe
mess
I
probably
with
you are
this
speak the
gay.
network?
truth.
This I
Maybe you
speak
are
the
gay
truth.
then.
This
I
I speak
speak the
sense.
truth.
All right, maybe you're
I
gay.
Is
speak
he
the
Okay,
making
truth.
sense?
so
It's
no,
okay,
no, no.
bro.
You can't attack me and run on.
Okay, I speak the truth at very backstage. Okay, I speak the truth. If you listen to me, what the man actually was saying that reason for asking at times about where the persons come from, this and that, it's to eliminate
And this is
the
my child is quiet too. He has been
okay,
quiet for about 15 minutes now.
yeah, okay. So just hold on a minute. Is to eliminate that chance that if you don't ask, you can end up going to date your cousin or whatever it is. That is what the guy was actually referencing to. He didn't say you're going to marry your sister or whatever it is. I'm going to bring both of you back on the platform. Please, decorum. Olumide has the floor, and I'm going to
No,
repeat again.
please give me 1
No,
second. The guy is on the
Olumide have the
backstage,
floor.
but
I'll
they
bring it down
talk
again.
me. No, no, not these two people. The guy that came and he talked.
It's left. There's nothing I
Yeah,
can do
but he
about
will
that.
hear me because it's on the chat, so he will hear me.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
but Olimide can go ahead. It's okay.
Olumide, go ahead. The floor is yours.
So okay, so
Olumide
I
has this.
think what
Okay, go ahead.
I was making my point earlier that Dexter was pretty clear in his submission. So what Dexter was saying is that as a nation, see, the white people have come out, or the colonialists or wherever they are, Belgium, US, UK, France, they've all come out to admit that they committed atrocities and crimes against the countries that they colonized. You understand? But they since left. But 1960, we are still hurting ourselves. We are not open to one another. We have ulterior motives. You understand? And we all know this is about the resources of the people. This is what Dexter is talking about. That before the country can heal, we have to admit that we have wronged each other. You understand? He was pretty clear about that. So he wasn't trying to praise the white man or anything. You understand? Before a society can move ahead and heal, the US that you stay in, I speak the truth, have they not produced the black man as a president? Is there no? Don't they have freedom and prosperity more than the very continent that you come from, Africa that you come from, or Nigeria precisely?
What
You
do you
understand?
mean
They're a
Africa
lot
that I
freer, they're
come
a lot
from?
more
Stop acting
prosperous.
like you know me. You don't know me.
You
What do you
understand?
mean Africa that I come?
Well, I don't have to know you. I know you're a black man from seeing you from the screen. You're a
No, you
black
don't
man.
know me. Stop acting like we're
You
personal. We
understand?
don't know each other.
So I don't know
Stop
you too. Of
interrupting
course,
him.
I don't know you too. But you're just a black man like I am. You understand? And I don't freaking care to know you anyway. Except I don't come here and come and lie to us and come and tell us about our history that you know nothing about. You understand? Just stick to the issues that we're talking about. We want to talk about how to fix our country, and we want honesty and truth. That's what we are asking for. We don't want you to come here and start telling us lies or trying to tell us what you think we are that we are not. That's what we're telling you. We want open honesty. That is why the country is where it is today, because of the lies that we've told each other since independence. We know we are a multi-ethnic society, multi-religious society, but we want to be honest and be truthful to one another. We want to live in cohesion. You understand? Oneness. I don't come here and lie. We don't want any race, trying to prove they are more superior than one another. Everybody can aspire. That is the kind of country we want, whether you are Igbo, whether you are Yoruba, whether you are Efik, whether you are whatever you are. You understand? That is the kind of society we want. And all encompassing, all embracing society. Don't come and lie and give us propaganda here. The guy was pretty clear what he said. You understand? So my word of caution to you is that don't bite the finger that feeds you. You understand? You are there in the US and you're talking trash about the US. You understand? I hope somebody in the US is watching what you're saying right now. Very
Are you
ungrateful.
dumb? Do you even know the position? Are
Olumide,
you dumb? Do you think are you
don't,
stupid?
You need
no,
help, man.
no,
You
no.
need help.
Are
You're
you
You got
just
dumb?
mental
describing
you got mental
yourself.
health
I speak
issues.
the
Like,
roof. You're describing yourself.
You understand?
I just don't know how. Olumide, uh, I don't think that position, that comment is necessary that somebody in America is listening, because oftentimes here you've talked shit all about Nigeria and everything. And even I don't think you should go that far, in my opinion.
Electricity.
Uh,
I won't bite the finger that feeds me. I'm not gonna come here and talk trash about Canada.
Listen, you talk trash about Nigeria. Nigeria fed you once as well
Yeah,
too.
because Nigeria is trash.
You see,
They
this is
don't
what
treat
we're
their people
saying.
right. Nigeria is trash.
Okay.
Uh, Gentlemen, we'll call it a night. It's been a pleasure.
No way. I have to
Yeah.
clarify that I've been assassinating. So I have one
All right,
question. I have
I'm
one
only
question.
hold on one second. I'm only joking. I just want Tone is still here. Tone hasn't spoken. Please, I speak the truth, Ferreira. There is no point.
I'm ignoring
This
this dude. I don't talk to him. I don't
just
know why he always
let's
bother me. There's a
let's
bunch of
have
them.
decorum.
They need to.
Let's let's have decorum, please. Tone, the floor is yours, please. Thank you. Welcome to the platform.
Greetings,
Tone, the
everybody.
floor is yours.
Yeah, greetings,
Yeah.
everybody. Yeah, I've been listening a bit in the background and doing some work here. Okay, hi. Desta, I caught part of his submission. To be quite honest, he just said it as it is. Now, with I speak the truth, I will not attack him because he's coming from the place where he's from the place of understanding where he stands. I will not really. I think it would be unfair for me to start on attacking. I speak the truth that he's he's pushing some propaganda. What does he have to gain if he's pushing some propaganda? And that's just a problem. See, if our brother does not understand, I think it's we need to be civil about it. We need to say, hey, bro, this thing you're talking about, I didn't see. I didn't join before the link was, but I'm pretty sure I have seen that link before. Nnamdi Kanu never instructed the Igbos or IPOB uh, uh, members to attack any building or persons or institution. Or he addressed Nigerians as collectively and said, this is your chance, take the chance and redeem yourself. That is what I recall him saying. But if we have a video where he said specifically, and I was addressing IPOB members or the Igbos that you should start attacking certain persons or certain buildings, then that is another matter to deal with. Now, another thing again is
Tone,
that
you
was
my
one of the
man.
reasons.
Tone, you my man. You my man. Me and you always we argue, but we see eye to eye. So let me correct something moving forward. At
I
no
speak the
point.
truth.
No,
Hold
no,
on.
hold on.
No,
Electricity.
listen.
You can't keep
Listen.
cutting me off when they
Why
do
is
this.
he
Tone is
interrupting?
my
No,
man.
Why?
He's my man.
it's not against it. Tone is not against
Tone
it.
is my
Give it a
man.
minute to
Tone is my
respect.
guy.
It's
I
Let
okay.
Tone
speak the truth.
finish. Why is he
Hold
interrupting?
Let
on.
me just.
Let him
He's gonna
finish.
go on. Electricity.
I
You
speak the
can't
truth.
keep. You keep
He
letting
can
them
No,
attack
no,
me,
interject
no,
and
no.
you
now.
don't let me
Let's
say
get
You don't
anything.
have
clarity.
the
That's
floor.
not
I
Let's give
fair.
him
speak the
1 minute
truth.
to get
I
clarity.
That's
speak the
not
truth.
fair.
Give him 1 minute. I think it's
You
No,
keep
fair.
saying
whoa,
I
whoa,
shouldn't
whoa, whoa, whoa,
talk.
whoa, whoa.
I
You
No,
think
no,
the
should.
no,
truth
no.
just wait.
I speak the truth with due respect. You don't have the floor. You
I
don't have
know
the
I
floor.
don't. But
Okay,
if they
okay,
say
So
okay. Let's
something,
speak the truth.
okay,
I
you
speak
Address
say
the
it with
you
truth.
due
don't
Can he
have
be
the
respect.
floor.
patient? Let him
Let's
Okay,
let's
finish.
I will
respect
be the
let's
one to
respect the
give you the
moderator.
floor to
That's
interject.
his rule now.
Hold on
and
a
That's
I
fine.
second, sir.
respect that. I
Okay,
respect
so
Okay,
that.
just hold on.
Respect it and
okay,
Don't
just hold
say
on, please.
okay,
I
I
speak
keep
the
okay.
truth. Hold
blocking
on
you
for him,
off.
And
please.
No,
Let him
the
finish.
other
don't tell me
point
that.
was the gentleman
Don't
that
tell me that,
came
please.
the the gentleman that came in earlier and what was his name? Nigeria is a scam, saying that um John Abba is a hater of Igbos. He's a IPOB. Please, let's just stop this. I'm Igbo. I'm proud. See, listen. I'm proudly British, unapologetically Nigerian and Igbo. That is where I stand. See, guy, I don't know whether you're in the background. Do you know that John Abba, part of him is Igbo? What are you talking about? You guys will be attacking the man, attacking, giving me boost. That is why we will not move forward. That's why we will not sit down and be cerebral and deal with our problem in a very intelligent manner. See, at the end of the day, I was saying to somebody that comes here, that is my friend and all that, say, I'm tired of talking. I want us to start preferring action. Let us start doing. I'm just tired of talking. We come here, we talk, we even attack each other. None of us here are responsible for Nigeria, the state of Nigeria that we have now. And also, so why should we attack each other? If we start attacking each other, it's not wisdom. Please, that's just what I'm just asking. So please, we are here to push out information so that action will follow our talk. We've been talking since before the election, and we are still talking. Very soon it's going to be December, and we'll be talking. She will be talking and talking and talking and talking until some of us gray. I beg you. Thank you, electricity. That's my submission.
Thank you. I speak the truth. What do you want to say?
Thank you. I wasn't trying to disrespect you. I'll never disrespect you because you're someone I really hold in high esteem, and I've always told you I respect you a lot. So, I wasn't trying to like disorganize your show. I apologize if that's how you took it. But I just wanted to correct something with Tone, because me and Tone, we disagree, but we always have a good way of talking. You know what I mean? So I was just trying to say, at no point, Tone, did I say he singled out IPOB members or the Igbo group. At no point. I never said it. You can they just started making this up as they went along just to put people against me. So people listen to it, and this is what they come up with. I said that he galvanized his followers. That was the word I used. I said he galvanized his followers. I never singled out an ethnic group, and I never singled out a political group. That's all I just wanted to correct.
Thank you very much. Paul, welcome. The floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon. I've been listening, and when this argument with this IPOB thing, whenever we bring this IPOB thing, it become tribal issue, and sometimes it get me worried. Sometimes I pride myself so much that I am one person. I'm not the only one, but I said I am one person who criticize a lot where I come from. And I still stand on this platform. I will say whenever I travel home, I'll still go see my king who talk, who do things. I still go back home. I argue with them just to bring the better part of where I come from. What do I mean by that? Something just happened some 3 days ago. Davido got married to Chioma. A Yoruba man got married to an Igbo. That place is colorful. Everybody enjoy themselves. All we just need to do is just for us to respect our different culture. But let's just learn to tell ourselves the truth. You understand? Nnamdi Kanu, they say all the right notes. But sometimes let's equally tell ourselves the truth. Nnamdi Kanu too will also say the wrong one. The politicians that people stand for today, the Tinubu of this world today, the Peter Obi of this world today, people listening to the Tinubu, the right notes that they said, that makes people follow them. But probably maybe those people who, some of them too, will kick against when we say the wrong notes that the Tinubu said. And the question is Tinubu, has Tinubu haven't said the wrong thing? Yes, he is. As Peter Obi, yes, he is. As a Yoruba man, it is easy for me to pick flaws for an Igbo man. As an Igbo man, it is easy for me to pick flaws for a Yoruba man. But truth be told, we just need to put these things behind. We don't need to argue. Maybe the way I speak the truth is talking about is fact is sometimes let's just even relax a little bit. Let's go listen. You understand? Then we might argue from the place of context matters. You understand? Maybe context, you can use it to convince I speak the truth. Or maybe at the same time, I speak the truth will open your eye to the other side that, oh, I'm so disappointed. I never knew you say these things. We don't need to fight ourselves over all this funny thing. You understand? Some 2-3 weeks ago on this platform, when somebody is acting somehow, you understand? I put my go with my Hausa man card. See, today it's on my WhatsApp. It's just kind of funny. I like that picture. You understand? I didn't plan it, but I just like that picture. Everybody keep attacking me, but it puts smile to everybody's face at the end of the day. So please, let's take it easy. We don't need to be arguing. As human being in this platform, I've said things where everybody praise me. In this same platform, I've said things where everybody talk down on me. It is okay, but we don't need to argue or just stand so tall and say, no, this person did not say it or this person said it. Let's just even try and go see the fact, you understand? And sometimes the fact may likely come from the place of context. Maybe the context is saying whatever he's saying, you understand, might justify why he said it. Or at the same time, it may just be he just loves to say whatever he was here to do a little bit damage control on it for now. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. When I started this broadcast, it's all about solutions. I don't know how we end up in this argument and get it to where we are now. So what we're going to do again, we go around again, starting from John Abba to Desta, to Tom, then I Speak the Truth, then Ferreira, then Olumide is not there, so I think he's gone to bed, and I'll take him off. His camera is not on them. But no, listen, Paul. No, I'm going to start with you because you didn't speak much this last time. So, apologies. I'll start with Paul because Paul, we're talking about the issues of Kenya, how they be able to organize themselves and force the government to withdraw the finance bill that will cause issues, add life to them, add ship to them. The issue of Nigeria comes to focus. What is that thing? I think Ferreira threw a question to every one of us. What is that thing that we have in common, if I put it, that should unite us to have one voice? At least not every one of us will have one voice, but okay, majority of us will have to come to that point and start to hold our leaders accountable and push them to the wall to change position, particularly in respect to the oil subsidy. Paul, the floor is yours. First subsidy, I beg your pardon.
Yeah. What I saw with Kenya and just opposite to Nigeria, it's just funny because it's just the former gubernatorial aspirant in Lagos, Jimmy Agbaje, fondly called JK. He said, it is the same of the same. It's just the same method. And what Kenya is going through, it's just a matter of time. Nigeria will face the same thing because we keep borrowing. I've watched nearly every other platform. I saw it in two places or thereabouts. Do you know on that day when they were passing the third reading in the House, 12 congressmen in the US is sitting in the parliament. This is the president that they criticize that he spent millions of dollars to charter aircraft because of they want to, he's going in a grand style in White House and everything. Unknowingly for him that after he went there, when they closed the door, they threatened the living hell out of him. And they still want to see how he's going to pass the bill, how he's going to do everything, the way he go about it, just to pay back the money and everything, all terms and conditions he assigned to it. You understand? And they take it so serious. You understand? I strongly believe that even though the president himself knows that this thing is not going to fly because he tried it almost last year and it was tough on him. And now he's about to increase the suffering, the pain, and every other thing. 12 US congressmen, Republican, Democrat, you are in the House on that day and every other thing. So you can see the pain and every other thing. So it's just a matter of time. There's 54 countries in Africa that keep going out there to go get all these handouts and every other thing. There is a bigger terms and condition. And when they threaten these men with all their baggage and every other thing, and good percentage of them again invest all their life investment in the West. It may be investment of finance, properties, or maybe their kids schooling there, living there, do all type of thing, and every other thing. So they just get tired. They don't know how to go about it. They just get confused. I have watched the US for almost 2 months now, the protests with the young student and everything that is protesting everywhere. Have you heard one death in the US with all the protests scattered around the state? You can see the way the police is acting and everything. But the pain is that I'm not seeing solution. If it happened to Nigeria, they'll say, oh, before the thing escalates, let us deal with them. Then they'll bring the Abacha method. Dead dog, don't bark. Because they know by the time they take down one or two people, it's going to come situation. This is how we blacks think and everything. And the deterrent, as we are happy the way these young kids, this Gen Z did in Kenya. At the same time, remember so many life lost. So many of these young people traveled from their different province to the state house, to different places, different cities and everything. So many parents have not even seen their kids. So we don't even have the actual number of people who died, like the same way with NSAS. So I don't see that solution in Nigeria. And if I would say, I would say Kenya even borrow that method from Nigeria. So Nigeria know how to do that barbaric thing. So I don't see peace anytime soon. But if it happen, I commend them for that. But I don't see solution anytime soon because the government,
Thank you
their
very
hands
much.
are so tied.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Paul. Jonaba, you have 3 minutes, please. The floor is yours. Thank you.
Okay, thank you again, Electricity, for your patience during this period that of what it is. To the young man, I will not respond to him. Other brothers have talked to him on my behalf. I'm not going to waste my time on anybody that a projector. I love humanity. It's not about Igbo, and that's what brought me here every day. I'll continue to stand my ground, and that's all about that. On the issue of the protests in Kenya and whether such thing will happen in Nigeria, the soul of a human being cannot be underestimated. I believe there are many factors that tame Nigerian down. But one thing I know, when the right time comes, something will spark off. Even we as an individual, there are many battles that we overcome in our lifetime that we never prepare for it and we overcome it. In many years in American today that we all talk about American history here and there, before the 1 million march in Washington, it was organized by Black people championed by a gay man in those days, as far back as then. They don't look at him as a gay. Those that want to suppress the movement called Martin Luther King and told him, they went on radio to say he's a gay man, he's some pure guy. He said, no, this is my brother. And after the speech, they negotiated for 2 days, but he couldn't walk through. They invited them to the White House. He refused to go, cleaning the place. What am I trying to say? The power of a human being, especially Black people. And that is why he hurt people like me. I want to hold back my thought a little bit and myself. When you come here, what people see is amazing. I spoke to Rudolph the other day, and he hurt me. I hope we go back to our origin and to see the strength of a Black man and why the world is oppressing us. And I hope all the leaders in Nigeria and across Africa should know that Black people, we are unique. And I hope we unite to fight a common enemy. Thank you.
Thank you, General. That's how the floor is yours. You have to. Thank you. That's how the floor is yours. Desta, you have to unmute yourself, please. You have to unmute yourself. You're muted, Desta. Yeah, I can see you too. Unmute yourself. Desta, you have to unmute
Maybe
yourself.
you have incoming call. If
I
using
think
his
he
phone, you
have
can
an
go to
issue.
the next phone.
Tom, the floor is yours when Desta is having issue with his sister.
Hello, guys. Hello, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
The floor is yours.
Okay. Yeah. So I want to take a cue from what Tone said. Like we all know the problem in Nigeria. I'm sure if you ask the question, I mean, many people can tell you the problem in Nigeria. So I want to ask a question here. For everybody. I speak the truth. You said something on your this thing. Real men talk less, listen more. I'll start with John Abba. I think John Abba is the oldest of us, all of us here. And I want people to just give their sincere, don't think about it, just give your sincere opinion. Your sincere opinion of it. What caused the Nigerian Civil War? What is the root cause of the Nigerian Civil War?
Just are you asking a general question?
I'm asking a general. I want everybody to answer individually. Can start from one.
You have 3 minutes.
Yes, that's fine.
Dexter,
That's
I want
my
to believe
time.
you. I want to believe you know it. You just
No,
go ahead.
no, Paul, no. Just answer. What, Paul, in your opinion? Just answer it. Answer and then let's move on. What caused the Nigerian Civil War?
I don't know.
Okay, good. Jagun, what caused the Nigerian Civil War? What was the cause of the Nigerian Civil War?
Stupidity and moralness.
Okay, CM, what was the cause of the Nigerian Civil War? Tone, what was the cause of the Nigerian Civil War? What was the root cause of it?
Tribalism, ethnicity. It's just simple as that.
Ferreira, what was the root cause of Nigerian Civil War?
Selfishness among the ruling elite, period.
I speak the truth.
It's a topic we should discuss in details if we have time.
Yes, I speak the truth. What was the cause of Nigerian Civil War? What was the root cause?
I'll pass, bro. I'm not trying to get jumped again. People been attacking me for my opinions.
No, what's the root cause? I'm not attacking. What's the root cause of Nigerian
Civil War? I'll pass, baby. I'll pass.
He said it passed. So
okay, John Abba, what's the root cause of Nigerian Civil War?
I pass for now because it will be too much for
fine.
1 minute.
That's fine. Our host, what's the cause of Nigerian Civil War?
I thought they called me.
Yes, CM, what's the
Did
cause
you?
of Nigerian civil war? Yeah, what's the cause? What's the root cause?
It's simple. Inability of Gowon to implement a bully report. That's all.
Okay, okay, fine, good. Now, it's quite
It's as
interesting.
simple as that.
Everybody, so think about our country today. We fought a civil war, and all of us have varying opinions. Some of us cannot even say what the cause is. That's to tell you how. So if you go back to the history of other countries that have grown, like America, the UK, if you ask them what was the cause of something that happened in their history, you will find out that they will be able to collectively tell you what it is, because they have learned from it. If you recently, Professor Patutomi said that anybody that tells you the cause of Nigerian civil war, he said that it was all about resources. That's what Patutomi said.
Your time is up, please.
Yeah,
Thank
fine.
you.
That's fine. Good.
All right, Ton, the floor is yours. Ton, the floor is yours. Ton has disappeared. Ton, are you there? Can you
Okay.
unmute yourself? Thank you.
Yeah. So we're speaking on the subject. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. Well, what I saw in Kenya gladdened my heart, but bringing that home, that home close to home, I was sad. Sad in the sense that we're very divided. And what is dividing us? The core reason of what is dividing us is travel. Whether we want to acknowledge that or not, people have been taught to from birth. I mean, it's just like somebody a core person that has been brought up in a certain part of the country does looks at the other person with suspicion. It's just simple. Dexter asked a question. We said it was somebody said resources. Someone see it's just simply tribal. What caused the 1966 uprising, the first coup d'etat? It was because of Amadou Bello. Amadou Bello was saying some very, very, very harsh things about some certain tribe and all that. They can't be trusted. You can't put them in the office and all that. And then that start causing a lot of division. Then we had Awolowo, um, faction and all that, and they had the problem. So the tribal issue, until we deal with this tribal issue, state of origin thing and all that, we start looking at ourselves primarily as Nigerians. Until the day that that an Owolabi can go to Anambra State and be a governor. That is why I say the system of government we run now, we need to tear it to shreds and bin it. It's not working. It's too expensive and it's not working. It will continue to divide us. It will continue to accommodate corruption in a grand scale. It's just not working. We need to tailor a system of government that will govern us as a people, as Nigerians. That is at all, if we agree to be one. Now, if we talk about it now, my fellow Igbo people will expect me to align to IPOB just because I speak Igbo. Somebody in the comment section, I read some few minutes ago. My dear brother, I'm not attacking you, but I just want to educate you. Do you know that Davido's mother is Igbo? Do you know that Davido's maternal grandmother is Igbo? The present governor of Osun State speaks Igbo fluently, if not better than me.
Davido's mother is actually Edo.
Okay, Edo. Okay, I do apologize, but the maternal grandmother is Igbo, so they've always intermarried. It's not that is the way it should be. So all these things we look at tribal, we say, this person is from this place or this place. That's the core of our problem. That is the
Thank
core
you
of our
very much.
problem.
Next week Friday, myself and KJ will be delving into this tribal issue. and how really, I mean, it's killing us because we all have one thing in common. In fact, roof over our head, food on the table, clothes. We all identify with this, regardless of your one stripe. Okay, speak the truth. The floor is yours. You got 3 minutes. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So I think that's a. I'm gonna start off with what you just said again. And again, I'm not trying to denigrate you. Like I always say, when I come on here, I'm not trying to do the personal stuff. I listen to what people say, and I just go based on that fact. Okay, and I understand that sometimes it pisses people off, but I really can't help that. Now, you started off by saying the other nations have they know their problems. Like if you ask them, for example, you use the Civil War, the Nigerian Civil War example. If you ask them, they would say, this is the singular reason that caused it. There's not one singular reason that can cause something like a civil war. It is a bunch of reasons. So just exactly like you seen, everybody on the panel, or most of them, aside from those of us that abstained, that gave you a separate reason. Not one person gave you the same reason. Not two people gave you the same one reason. Everybody gave you different reasons. Aburi Accord, resources, greed, tribalism, the coup, is the same thing when you look at, for example, the Western country. If you look at the United States Civil War, of course they're going to just bandy it down to slavery, but there were other issues like taxations and levies and things like that, and division of the borders, the Mason-Dixon line, excuse me. So all I'm saying is we cannot keep putting everything in a box, and then when we hear an answer that we don't like, we get upset. And I think it is an issue that is very prevalent among discussions involving Nigerians. They tend to get mad when you say something contrary to their opinions. And when you say something contrary to their opinions, you're an enemy. You said something that was different from what I said, automatically we got a problem, we got beef. It is not so. People can have different reasoning. Everybody thinks different, but in the end, the truth will always be the truth, and facts will always be facts. Sentiments, emotions, all that. At least me personally, I don't care whose ox is gored. I will say it as I see it because I do not have a personal interest in this topic. So I just come on to discuss, to exchange information, and to learn. That's why I come on here. I don't come on here to be the smartest kid in the class. And I think if you're the brightest kid in the class, if you're the smartest in the room, leave that room because you're not going to learn anything. So it's not a
Thank you very much.
competition with me. I just come on here to learn. And I hope, moving forward, at least me and you, we can see eye to eye, but it's not nothing. I'm not coming against you. I hear
Uh,
something I don't think it's right, and I speak on it. That's it.
Thank you very much. Farah, the floor is yours. Thank you. Farah, the floor is yours.
Okay, guys. What we know is a drop. What we don't know is an ocean. On Sunday, if Rudolph allow me, I will be hosting this Have Your Say. My topic would be We Are Nigerians. My mission would be to put a mirror before us and reflect. I will start by people on this panel. I will divide this panel into 5 levels, analyze each level for you. Then I will go into Nigerians. I will discuss a little bit about the polar theory of stupidity. I will go into details of how we Nigerians, how we put a mirror before us, producing a mirror image of ourselves, our leaders, how they are the reflection of ourselves, and how we are self-centered, hypocritical people, religious people without righteousness, how we are activists in nature and good in complaining, but complacent in action. On Sunday, if God permits, we will look at how we Nigerians, how we feel a sense of strong importance and respect and prefer to lord it over those around us to prove superiority. We would also look at how we Nigerians, we demand acknowledgement while we evade accountability. You are what you eat, a professor used to tell me. We are indeed Nigerians, and we deserve the leaders we get because of our failures to act. At this time in our country's history, we need active citizens, not activists. I'm playing my role. I will try, like all of you are doing, to play my role to be active. And also we will look at China if we can and see what can we learn from China. And also we will discuss the jollof rice debate. I think the debate is already over. Nigeria wins. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. The floor is yours. Paul, are you there?
Yeah, yeah. I think I've said my part. My part. I don't really have much on this topic. Let me just even add more to it. Like we said over this Davido thing and every other thing. There's one small caveat there. Sometimes we should learn to respect our differences, because at the end of the day, we are one. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, we are one. And for the fact that we are one, we're going to do things as one. We're going to respect our culture. Once we can respect our culture, the remaining one is just going to be history. But when we don't respect our culture, growing up in Lagos, I was born, raised in Lagos, you know, because I was born, raised in Lagos. I grew up with the Amalatin. I grew up with the so many things. Do you know how funny it is? The part that I didn't grow up with, I later regret it a lot. Then I started picking up slowly, till my mother died. My mother relocated the early 2000s. My mother relocated back to Warri. Till my mother died, my mother still prayed in Yoruba, even when she moved back to her own ancestral home. She still pray with Yoruba. My mother speak fluently Ilaje. My mother speak fluently Ijebu. My mother speak very fluent Yoruba. That is, she is so broad because her father has so much properties in the Morocco and every other thing. So the Ijebu people come there to do business. The Ilaje people come there to do fishing. Anyways, in Yoruba territory. So this is how my mother grew up. But guess what? Growing up, seeing the few Yoruba people around us, they were very poor when they wear this Ashoebi then. This thing that we call Ashoebi. Back in the days, it's not called Ashoebi. We fondly laugh at them. We call them, oh, these people wear konkono. We laugh at them and the likes. You know, when our parents buy all these things for us in Kingsway, Leventis, and the UAC, we see ourselves like these rich kids and every other thing. But over time, as things started growing, remember the percentage of the population are more Yorubas. When I started looking at the girls and every other thing, before I talk one, two, they speak Yoruba and I can't flow. I started borrowing myself sense that, man, I need to learn this thing. You know? You understand? Because now it has become something that I'm losing. I want to learn it. I want to understand it and every other thing. The way I play with a Yoruba boy in Lagos, that's the same way a Yoruba boy in Lagos play with me. But if a Yoruba boy that relocated from Ibadan and come, you understand, they want to segregate the whole thing. But the Yoruba boy in Lagos that we all grew up together, that we school together, we never agree. You understand? The same way with that Igbo boy, the same way with that Hausa boy, the same way with every other person. So this is, so with time, we all can understand ourselves slowly in this platform. Some of us started exchanging contacts. Some of us started meeting each other. Some of us have started doing things. You know, if he give me a 2022 car, almost a brand new car, she left almost $1,000 in the car, and she gave it to me. If he did not allow me to see her one day, and I used her car for 5 days, she did not allow me to see her. Before I left Ife's house, it didn't even take 20 minutes. Guess what? I saw Ife online in her usual place in her house, of your platform. So I know Ife is at home. And I went, I dropped the car, I took picture, I keep everything, and I left. Ife give me the impression like she's working, only for me to turn my app on. I see Ife live. I say, Ife, I see you. She said, Mr. Paul. And so these are the things. You understand? So we should just take it easy, just respect, just understand. Today I eat the Spanish food, I eat the Mexican food. I give it a try. We will start by condemning it. But while you are condemning it, there will definitely be one part that you might like with it. Then you start with it.
Thank you. You said something that we have to start to imbibe in us. We are all one, regardless of our tribe and regardless of our ethnicity or whichever way we see it. We all have the same needs. So we intermarry. The marriage may work, it may not work. I mean, it may not work or it may work, whichever one it is. But also we exchange for non. It's a small world, whether we like it or not. So anyway, Jago, the floor is yours. You've been in the background listening, so you know what we're talking about. So the floor is yours. You got 3 minutes. Thank you.
Yes, I have been in the background and I've been listening, not really wanting to come on, really, especially when all that deep jab began, going nowhere as normal. You took, I must say, you guys took 2 hours going nowhere. It was ridiculous. In any case,
that's your opinion. It's not ridiculous,
yeah,
please. That
it's
is your
my
opinion.
founded opinion. It's my founded. I'm not blaming you.
All
I'm
right.
just saying that that's
Go
what it
ahead,
was.
please.
Why are you disturbing me, my friend?
You have 3 minutes. Your time is counting.
My brother, you don't need to talk anymore. Let me speak. I thank you, electricity. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. You don't have to object unless you take your own time. Simply.
I'm not objecting, Jagun. Okay, we have to do better. You don't tell us we sit down here 2 minutes talking rubbish. That is being disrespectful. You were in the background. You don't say that.
My brother.
That is being disrespectful. If you
I'm
don't
not here.
appreciate, if you don't want to be part of,
My
don't be part of. You
electricity.
don't come here and insult people
Electricity. Calm
and say
down.
2 hours is sitting down here
Calm
talking rubbish.
down.
No, I
Electricity.
won't. No,
All
I
right, let
won't.
me use
Don't
my
do that.
time at least. Allow me to use my time
Use
to
your
say
time,
what
please.
I have to say.
Go ahead.
I'm not trying to
Say
be
it, please.
disrespectful.
You
It's
are
not
being
everything that
disrespectful. You don't
I'm
tell
not
us to
trying
sit
to
down here
be.
2 hours talking rubbish. That's
Bruh,
being disrespectful.
you don't know where I'm coming from for me to say what I'm
Wherever you are
saying. If you
coming
want to
from,
ask a
that is
question,
disrespectful. Go ahead
do
and
you
speak,
want me to
please.
explain? Do you want me to explain why I think what I think?
You don't need explanation. You have 3 minutes.
Well, then
I will be
don't
up.
object. Oh, you see, you're just eating my time, bro. That's all you've done. You've done nothing but be pedantic unnecessarily. Let me speak. All I'm trying to say is that I didn't come on. I've been in the background listening and really to read messages because I don't get the messages when I'm outside of the group. That's why I come in. However, I didn't necessarily want to come in. I just wanted to listen to what people had to say. And you guys were having a good conversation. And then it took one turn and you stayed there for 2 hours. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. You don't need to be so, I don't know, electric all the time. What it is I want to say is about this Kenya situation and what it looked like to me and what it meant to Africa. And I saw a lot of news this week. The South African elections going on and the debacle over what kind of partnership the ANC may look to do and how that could really, do damage to the ANC themselves long term. And again, I'm looking at just how I'm seeing the black world, if you like, from the African standpoint, from the diaspora standpoint, how there doesn't only seem not to be a way of unifying our thoughts. There seems actually to be a actual ignorance about getting there. I don't think we really want to be together. I don't think we see anything of use between ourselves. I don't think that there is enough respect given to what people say or think. I think people always presume, and in their presumptions, they're almost always wrong. And we don't look at this. We just don't look at this. We claim not to want to be personal, but we are the most personal in the impersonal way. It's such a strange thing when you just stand back and listen to what's been said at times. and you try to ascertain is there any way forward within our group, even here on this platform. And it's not for us always to agree. But I think the whole idea of listening and being able to tackle the subject, as opposed to just having to be offended. Everybody just wants to be automatically offended. And what do we do with that? When somebody, oh, you said it, and it's like, my goodness, man. Can we tackle what's being said as opposed to the personalities that are saying it? Now, all I want to say is that between what's going on in the Kenya and how it should and could translate into a way of enough is enough scenario where Nigeria is concerned, I feel it's very difficult to reach that point without understanding that we are together in the mire whereby we are stuck. And in being stuck, largely, I'm wondering, do we want to unstuck ourselves? And when I look at it, I don't really see, I don't see it. I don't see it at all. I don't see that we're trying to unstuck ourselves. I just see that we just want to be selfish, personal, point the finger, blame. This is what we do. And when we continue to do that and we don't recognize that that's what we're doing, when we can't hold on to hear what somebody has to say, when we bullfight, where we swear when there's no reason. A lot of people, I think they've just learned how to swear, so that's why they swear in such a way. They don't really know what it is. They just swear.
Your time is up, please.
Oh, you wanted that. Thanks for disturbing my time, my brother.
CM, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, the floor is yours. We're not hearing you,
Yeah.
CM.
Okay. Are you hearing me? Thank you.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. I believe it's about Kenya. It's been in the news this week. My take is this: what happened in Kenya can never, ever, 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 ever be possible in Nigeria for obvious reasons. Can never. I want to be proved wrong, but it can never happen. Not that Kenya is not ethnically diverse. They are. They may not be as much as Nigeria, at least over 20 different ethnic groups. They have Muslims, they have Christians, they have whether it's evangelical, animists, even idol worshippers. They have. But the difference is they are civilized. When I use the word civilized, advisedly and then very, very easy. They are very, very highly civilized, unlike Nigeria. What do I mean? You cannot tell a Kalenjin or a Kikuyu that the Lua or the Luo is conspiring, that this demonstration they are doing, this protest they are doing in Nairobi, which is essentially a Kikuyu area, that they are burning down here. Why can't they go and do it in a Eldoret area in the northwest? Why can't they go there and do it? It can't happen. They are all united. The crowd you see, there are Christians, there are Muslims. Think of every ethnic group, they are there. And they achieve their aim. In Nigeria, we all know it. It can never happen. Because in Nigeria, all of us have different Nigeria experience. All Nigerians have different Nigeria experience. I'm being brutal here. It's as simple as that. And one thing I've noticed about discussion in Nigeria is that they want you to just everything must gear to unity. It's like you are controlled what to reason. The moment even if you are one person, the moment you want to digress, you will be labeled as if, what is it? Here today in Nigeria, do you know that if I'm to invite somebody, I wanted to listen to Professor Banji Akintoye, who wrote a memo to Tinubu that the Yorubas want to exit Nigeria. He said he wrote the same thing to Buhari, that Yorubas don't like the type of life they are living in Nigeria. They are living like slaves. A professor, the man who wrote the history of Yorubas, 700, about 700 to 800 page book, 708 pages. Can you imagine that? So such people are the people you should ask, why do you want to exit? Banji Akintoye hasn't got arms, he hasn't got army, he's not inside, but he wrote it officially to the president CNC that the Yoruba he leading want to get out. Why don't we discuss that? You see, that's why in Nigeria, that's why I said it can. What happened in Kenya can never happen in Nigeria, because all it takes in Nigeria is for somebody to manipulate the opinion, and then that is it. You look at the other man as this, so it can happen. If it's with respect to Kenya, I can bet my life. Let me say it here. People look at me. It can never ever happen in Nigeria. To achieve that type of unity, or the word unity has been abused. To achieve that type of consensus and to march to National Assembly and say we die here until they do it, it can never happen in Nigeria. All it will take is for somebody to say, these people, they want to pull down government because it's this person or because it's not that. I mean, we all know our sentiments. It can't happen. It can never, ever, ever, ever happen in Nigeria. So let's not. That's why I don't lose sleep over it. Kenya is diverse, yes, but they are civilized. They know that the world is civilized. Yes, please.
You
Yes, please.
said
Yes.
that's a very bold statement you are making, that it can never, never, never happen. That's a bold statement.
Yes.
Don't you think that is too much of
Prove me wrong.
boldness?
Yes.
Don't you think? Why
Because
do you think it cannot happen?
I've read. You see, why I know it cannot happen is that, let me tell you. Do you know? Let me say this here. I've taken time to read so many books about the political history of Nigeria. And I found out that the way people reason in the 60s, 70s is still the 2014. People still reason. Even a generation has, because we hand it over to them. We hand it over to them. These are this, these are this. That's why they're manipulating us.
If that route cannot happen, which route do you think we should take?
Let me tell you, the latest. Thank you, say this. There's a man called a professor. I mean, Dr. Ake Fakbounda, a Yoruba man. I like what he did. People may condemn him. He wrote his what is it called? His own memo. He said if he takes it to the National Assembly, they will shut it down because he's a private person. He submitted it to Tinubu. Say, give it to National Assembly, let them debate, let them discuss it. Our problem in Nigeria, we know, is ethnicity. But I want us to use it positively. It's not always negative. So what the man is saying is, let them put Nigeria in a structured place whereby we group ourselves in a way that we can understand, and then then we develop. If we not do it that way, if it didn't work, whoever want to go should be allowed to go. We cannot be wasting 60, going to 70 years. I'm not saying that it won't work, but what that man did is a very wise man. And do you know why he did it? He said he's been a civil servant for over 35 years. So the civil servant is the executive arm of government that is responsible for implementing government policy. So the man is not a politician. He has known the way government has been working, at least for the past 35, 40 years. He felt this is the best thing because he has been a civil servant. So he knows what, he knew a lot. But maybe because of the time he has on Arise or whatever, maybe 20, 30 minutes, he wouldn't say much. But if you get to him privately, he will tell you why. And you know what he did? To tell you, in the structure, he made me to understand that in Kwara State, there are people called the Okun people, they are Yorubas. He said they want them part of Southwest, and so on and so on to other ethnic areas. It's not bad. It's not bad. But people, when you say this type of thing, people will feel that you are the evil devil. No. It's a positive way of development.
Hold on,
Yes.
all these thoughts. Next week, Friday, we're having a broadcast here, myself and KJ, and hopefully NS will join us, a young lady based in the US. It's titled Voluntary Separation Beyond My Tribe's Mission. Beyond My Tribe's Mission. Voluntary Separation Beyond My Tribe Mission. Putting a lot of work into it, including a video, an audio video that is being done as I'm speaking. So we will be back here again. I hope you will come, CM, because what you just said is highlighted that fact. Ferreira, you want to say something? You just have 1 minute, please. Don't go beyond
Yes,
1 minute. Thank you.
it is Martin Luther King that says that nothing in this world is more dangerous than sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity. Please, members of the panel, anytime I come down here and I display sincere ignorance, let me know, or conscientiously act stupid. Now, if I'm looking for a news source to authenticate a news fact,
Alaba, I think
do I
several
go
times
to
they've let you know that and you don't accept it.
just just let me know. If I'm looking
John,
for a news
John
source
Abba
that
let
is
you know that
authentic,
several times.
scientifically and journalistically confirmed, electricity, CM, and all the educated people here, and I go to Twitter, maybe I go to JLo Twitter, is that authentic? Or I go to my own Twitter page, and is that I'm looking for journalistic news. For example, I make such a huge accusation on a public panel that Nnamdi Kanu says they should burn down the president's house, and I'm looking for a news source, and I go and quote one Ashiwaju status on Twitter as my factual source. Am I a sensible man or a stupid man? Just let me know.
Okay, we'll let you know in due
Because
course.
somebody
Thank you
just
very
did
much.
that on the
You're
personal
actually a
page now, and
stupid man
I'm
if you don't
perplexed.
know that the
I'm
world
perplexed.
divided.
Why
I
you
mean,
guys?
we are all educated people. Please,
You are
something
not
as serious
educated.
as Nnamdi Kanu orders people to burn the president's house, you go and quote x.com, Mr. Ashiwa.
Your 1 minute is over. I thought we've moved past this stage between the both of
Are
you.
you
Anyway,
fucking
gentlemen,
serious?
it's really
We should tell
Ferreira.
the ignorance ones among.
This is somebody who just said this is what I don't understand. This is what I really do not understand. You just said if you did something. Now you say you're using a language that you shouldn't be using. I don't understand you, Ferreira, to be honest. Why do you keep doing this? Huh? I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. Anybody wants to speak should speak, man. I get tired of
Please let
fact.
me make my last submission and exit, please.
honestly,
I think
it's
it's
so tiring
evening
and
time.
exhausting, and we want to be better, and yet we don't. I don't know. I swear, it's exhausting.
When you look at Nigerian way forward and whatever the program you are having by weekend or whatever, this is what it is. It's a long walk to freedom. Even when you are genuinely trying to pour your heart, even if it is ignorant, it's okay to be ignorant until you learn. Because what you don't know, you are ignorant of it. And when you learn and you see behave, then it's a problem. Our country as in Nigeria, we the diaspora, we are the problem. You know, when you think you know much, the Bible said, do not despise a little beginning. When you think you know much, you really don't know. Because one thing that keeps us together as a human being is our mental health and the people we interact with. Sometimes it's depressing to come here, but it's okay to make your voice heard. Because I read a book written by John Austin, the father called of Lakewood. Say I touch one life, and one life that I touch a million. You know, our diversity is it depends on. I don't agree with CM most of the time, but it's a gentleman, sometimes manipulative, but it's a good man. He, we all know that our common enemy in Nigeria are those that use us for their own benefit, gain, pure gain. And they have other principality. The word principality, I don't want to go into many things. It's a simple thing. You don't have to be spiritual about it. It's the same people in power who uses their way of life to suppress the least among them because they are the principal actor. That's what is called principality. You know, when Fashola was a governor of Lagos, he did something that most of us from the north looked at him and we say, wow. If you look at the Nottingham for all that has happened and to see Lagos, the hub of the whole Africa, for a man like him to come up with the idea of giving 25,000 and a bag of rice to a Northerner to go back to the north, we say, wow. If this is done in any part of Nigeria, especially from the north, but look at the demeaning, the humiliation of part of Nigeria that some people think they are holding them hostage. But nobody, if it happened to anybody from the west or from the south of Nigeria, hell will break loose. What am I trying to say in essence? The elite that use us for their manipulation, and some of us that buy to their idea that, oh no, we have a problem, our problem is this and that, we all just come here to make a noise. We are not ready. When we are ready, the world will be ready. When we are ready, there are many people that love Nigeria that are not here, but they will be ready with us. Thank you.
All right, gentlemen, we'll call it a night here. Thank you for joining us. Have a lovely weekend.
Hope you